So
Yeah,
because they
I see what's
yeah.
going on now. In the middle of every tornado is a siren center.
That's kind
Very
of
true.
dumb.
I've heard that. I've heard that too.
Yeah, the eye of the tornado is called siren. That's
Well,
that's what I mean.
she didn't last too long.
Yeah, siren, like it's like a metaphor. What is a siren? Oh, it's an alarm.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy to defend yourself against lies, but for whatever reasons, it seemed like impossible for her. She kept talking like ambiguously, like, I'll let you believe whatever you want to believe, or I'll guess you'll find out. Like, damn, dude, just correct him and move
Like
on.
like she's just like going around in like 100 miles an hour, slicing and dicing everybody.
Yeah,
And Memphis,
violent.
like you're my favorite racist by far.
Man, I appreciate that. I do what I can.
I mean, I could tell you're just trying to like point out things that need to be worked on. I don't know
I
what the
think
big deal
I
is.
think Memphis gives me a run for my money on number one.
It's
Well, he's
I don't. It's crazy because I come from a culture where like nothing that I'm saying is even remotely
No,
controversial. It just
I
actually
know, I
matters.
know,
Yeah,
I know. I'm joking with you,
yeah. No,
but
I mean, I'm
I,
not
I feel
saying.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel that.
No,
yeah,
But
Memphis.
I want everybody to thrive to the best of their ability, but at the same time, you just got to recognize when things aren't working and speak the truth.
Memphis went to the college of University of Hang That Man.
In Port-au-Prince, Haiti.
Uh oh, thank God, Ethy's back. Let's play some music.
I kind of make fun though, Memphis, of like the titles that I'm given because like if you ask everyone on this panel, like everybody on this app, like maybe before you came around, is like Robert's the most racist person we have to take him down. Like I'm kind of like
That's hilarious.
super, yeah, I'm super hated.
Well, no,
Yeah.
Robert,
Send
you're
you a
like
cash app, Robert.
Robert, you're like the soul of racism, but Memphis is like the that professor that makes sure everybody knows the little facts.
Period.
Effie, did you pay to get me off this panel? How much money have I made you tonight, Robert?
Five
It's not
No,
dollars.
important. I'm just
no,
curious.
I don't kick
Mm,
people. No, no, you can
like
ask
Oh,
ten
okay.
Robert.
bucks.
I barely kick anybody,
I
like
wouldn't be
ever.
offended,
I
but
don't
yeah,
kick
no.
people.
Well, no, the only reason why I said it because the last time somebody told him to check his Cash App or something, it was like, oh, I got to go timeout for 5 minutes, which is
That's
funny.
No,
it.
no. If I say that, it's because I sent a song or
Oh,
something
got
like
it, got
that.
it.
I don't want to delete your voice. I'd rather you be able to delete your own voice and you being run off the app by your own
Yeah,
choices and the words you
yeah.
choose to use.
No, that's
I'm
noble.
not going
That's
to
fair.
decide that.
Yeah, man, it's rare. There's a whole generation of people out here that literally think that thought can be a crime or words are violence and things like that. And it's just like, man, you can't even have a conversation with these people. They live in their
Hey,
own little isolated bubble. I don't know. It's weird.
hey, Memphis, I got a
Yeah.
fact for you.
Okay.
So, you know how like like racism's regional, right? So like if you're Middle Eastern, like Americans don't like you, or if you're like from South Korea, you don't like North Koreans, or so. Why is it that like everywhere you go, everybody hates black people?
Man, that's the million-dollar question. I mean, I think I've said it numerous times tonight. It's like, man, look, I'm happy to entertain the idea of that, institutionalized racism and things like that. But look, just show me the control group where blacks are thriving at any point throughout human history. And it's the same deal, whatever. It's like people have never criticized black people because of the color of their skin. It's always been on the content of their character. Literally, there is an explanation for every stereotype, every Jim Crow law. I mean, every migration quota, DEI policy, everything. There's a reason behind it. And it's always black behavior. It's not some arbitrary, immutable physical characteristic like skin color or pigmentation or melanin content. That's insane. It's like but they scapegoat that because they want to make you sound irrational because they can't handle reality themselves. It's
Well,
like,
like
look,
I didn't believe Robbie, so I Googled it and I found out that Rob was correct. Out of all the immigrants that were born in another country, 31% are Asian and 23% are Mexican. So Asians make up 31% of the immigrant population.
Bro,
And
I don't believe that. What the hell? That was not me that said that.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
was like,
way they make up 31% of
Yeah,
our population. That's
yeah,
like
Well,
fucking
Google it.
insane to try
yeah,
to
but you
use
got
that.
Google it.
no,
Google.
you got to understand they're grouping together Indians with
No,
Asians.
and the fast since 2001,
Yeah,
the
that's H1B1
But
Indians.
31%. So that what are white Americans at? Like, what's our
no
No,
percentage?
of
immigrant
immigrants.
no, I'm talking about they were born in another country.
Oh, you mean
Like
They
immigrants
immigrated.
coming in,
Hold on, everyone.
yeah,
not total population?
No,
no,
no, no, no, no, no, no.
Hold on, everybody.
Why are you getting voted?
no, I'm talking about today, right?
Damn, I was just messaging you.
The time is now, folks. The time is here. The time is now. We have a jingle. It's called Emergence by Sleep Token, folks. Tap the screen to the jingle. Tap the screen to the jingle. This is the 7th. That is Emergence by Sleep Token. Thank you to our anonymous contributor, folks. $5 to drop a panelist for 5 minutes, $25 to drop a panelist for the night, and $10 for a jingle.
Thank
How
you
does
for
that-
indulging, Robert.
No,
How does
what the reason I say that they're all good is because even like the funny ones that you pick, I love reading people bitch about them.
How does that song even get the confidence to like make music?
Dude, you have no idea how fucking huge that band is.
And where? Europe?
No, America, Europe, pretty much worldwide. If you haven't heard of Sleep Token, you should get out of the 80s.
Period.
There's no way that band is good.
Actually, almost every one of their songs sound entirely different. It's weird. You can't like put them into genre.
I've never heard them before.
Why don't
Oh,
you play
there's so
like
many good songs. You should look up Sleep Token because that dude, like, you can tell, like, he can actually sing good,
no?
but he can, and like
I will.
it's obvious.
I'd rather you play like the Thompson Twins.
If Ethy played their like popular TikTok song, you would know who they are. They have like a viral sound.
Like the summoning. If I would decided to play like
A
the
winged
summoning,
insect, or you're a winged insect, I'm a funeral pirate. That one. It's on like my.
but I played that because I'm pretty excited about their new album that's coming out, and so I was like, "Fuck, I have to play one of their new songs."
Toxic. We love it. We love Toxic.
Now I know you're a serial unaliver.
The song that I've been jamming out to recently, I'll play you guys like 30 seconds of it. This is a really good song. It's called Metamorphosis by Emmy.
Right.
Not in particular. House music I think is okay. But no, I like more
Because
like
there's a song I'm trying to remember. It sounds really similar to that. I'm gonna look it up. I'll just message it to you so you can listen to it on your own. I think you would vibe with it.
my favorite is like
The Cranberries.
no, cranberries are awesome.
I love the Cranberries.
Grandpa, go change your Depends. Jesus
What?
Shut
Christ.
up, Ethy. I love the Cranberries, Robert.
Well, you know what's crazy is there's a new cover that like I'm obsessed with. It's this one. Watch, I'll show it just real quick.
Hey, Ethy, I have a question for you.
Yeah, Simon.
Yeah,
What's up?
he's single.
You were watching Andrew's live last night, right?
Oh, a portion of it. Like, I was really not like paying attention. You can ask Bex. Like, they asked me to get up. I was like not trying to get in lives last night, like at all.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
we kind of forced Ethy into that last night, and all.
Did any of you guys hear me call Robert a
I did jump
racist?
in
I'm
his
just curious.
live, though.
I was in that live for like the majority of it, and I do not remember hearing that.
Yeah, because I just
I did
rewatched my
jump in.
portion, and I never called him a racist. You're a fucking liar, Greenlick. And so are you, Andrew.
Well,
And Andrew is also. I
future,
did jump in briefly for a moment.
just for future reference.
And you can ask Andrew. I was asking him, like, what the hell is he doing?
Guys, just for future reference, like it doesn't like you, I'm not, my feelings aren't hurt by that. Like I philosophically can have arguments that extend far enough to understand like that I don't fully reject the ideas of otherism. Like racism is just othering. I understand it like anthropologically and biologically, like what's in your head, in my head, in everyone's head. And whether or not you socially say or admit that you guys think those things, I know what all of you have in your head, which is a brain.
That's not my issue with it. My issue is the fucking lying on me that I have a problem with.
But I'm not like I'm a person that has like a brain that thinks the way that it does, and I'm not like, you can't really offend me in particular as a person or an individual.
God damn it.
Right, nobody was trying to offend you last night. I was actually sticking up for you against that fuck.
Why is my shit on?
What I'm saying is that, like,
Andrew.
those are not things that would offend me. And so, like, even if you do call me racist, I embrace terms that I don't think you all know how to really apply. And I've been called racist enough.
What do you mean all?
Like,
What do you mean, you people?
Yeah, I mean,
no. I don't mean it in that fashion. Robert knows what I mean.
I'm kidding.
Racism is just othering. We all do it, and in fact, I think it's necessary. I think it's biologically necessary.
It's just pattern recognition. It's a made-up term by Leon Trotsky in Bolshevik Russia. It's bullshit.
It is, and so, like, but what I would never want.
No, you could say that that's what the terminology is used by, but when
Effie,
mimic it and they do it on their own, then it's not just somebody's ideology that found it.
Well, no, but what I would never, because if we invert this idea and we say, should all people be stripped of othering or racism, if you will, my answer is no. I think racism or othering is necessary. We grew that way on purpose, and it's necessary. In our day-to-day functions, we have to understand threat detection in a lot of ways.
100%.
But you're also talking about village talk, like village.
No, it's not village
town crier,
talk.
the person.
Communism.
No, this is how our brains grew.
Literally pattern recognition. If Austin Metcalf was quote unquote racist, he had pattern recognition, he'd still be alive. Just saying, he'd still be alive if his dad didn't basically.
No, that's such a
teach him
dumb
not.
take. He would still be alive if he considered the dude a threat, is what you just fucking said.
No. If he was racist, he'd be alive.
He agreed. He disagreed.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you disagree?
Yeah, that's dumb as shit.
You think that if he approached you think you can approach black people that you don't know the same way as you do white people or other people and expect the same result?
You're talking about children, for one.
I mean,
Okay.
17, 18 years old.
Right?
I mean, those are adults.
Yeah, they're still children.
All right, pretend they're adults.
When does your brain develop? 20-year-olds are not fucking adults.
Well,
Even if the government says you can do this by this, they're not fucking adults. Mentally, they are not capable yet.
Okay, well,
especially if you're talking about males.
Yeah, well, blacks at 40 years old don't have a developed frontal cortex. So, I mean, what's your argument?
Oh my fucking god! See, dude, this is why I can't. I can't with this dude.
I just can't. What?
No, it's because the way you describe things. You can talk without using those phrases. Try better.
What phrase?
I'm not going to say I'm not dumb as fuck as you.
I have no idea what I just said that would be even remotely offensive.
Oh, you have no idea. Stop playing dumb.
This isn't an act, buddy. I said blacks at 40 years old don't have the same developed frontal cortex as other races.
Okay, now we're revert right back to right where you started in saying that, and the way you phrase it and how you use it and how you end the fucking statement. That's what I'm talking about. You sound dumb as fuck. You can learn how to actually say those words without using them in those phrases, like at all.
I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. You have some unique list of words and phrases that you find offensive, and it's a form
No,
of language.
I'm not being offensive. I'm not. That's the thing. I'm not being offensive.
You literally just asked me to reword something because it offended you.
No, I said you should reword it. You can look at your own sentencing and figure out where it's dumb as fuck and where it failed.
Why does he have to
Because he started
reword it?
like the first 5 sentences.
Do you want me to? Do you want to address the actual substance of the statement, or just the way it sounds?
Why
No, I'm not going to repeat the things you
it?
say.
You don't have to repeat it, but just actually attack the substance of the argument. Did I say something that's factually incorrect? I don't think I did. You may not like the way I say things, but I mean, I'm not lying.
You said
Yeah,
black.
so
though.
then there's going to be people
Blacks?
like me that's going to tell you
Blacks
to
is
shut up.
Blacks is offensive to you?
Yeah.
Memphis,
It's
there's
not
some
to me,
Memphis.
but
There's
it might
somebody in
be
the
to others.
there's somebody in the comments that wants the study that you're talking about.
Shut your racist ass up, Siren.
Yeah. Siren.
What study is this? If you probably so blacks, they have the MAOA gene. If you type in MAOA, it's called the warrior gene, and basically they have less impulse control, heightened testosterone, and an inability to discern time and consequences the way of other races. It's a
And hey,
pretty
Wonder
common
Bread, you have more likeliness of getting ED. Cool.
Okay, thanks for that. Are you white? Hey, are you white, Effie?
Effie,
Yeah, but not 100% white.
it's no wonder
Love you,
that
Effie,
no, but
love
Effie,
you.
but hold on, Effie. It's no
We
wonder
love
that
you.
hold on,
Effie,
Effie. It's
that
no
was
wonder
so
that
rude.
women are laughing at your jokes. I was like,
Yeah.
you went straight for what women go for on other men.
Yeah. You want
No,
low,
it's
Effie.
extremely feminine.
Yeah.
Effie is a man. He's
Yeah,
not
that was
feminine.
incredibly-
There's nothing
I
feminine
just
about
made a
Effie.
Effie,
statement that
Effie,
was
you gotta
truthful,
come over
Nothing
here, sticking up
feminine
for you.
about that
Unprove
man.
my
No,
statement.
but Effie,
Unprove my
Effie,
statement.
Effie,
That's a
if
real
you're-
man right there.
Effie, if you're
Robert,
cusp,
you're not white. Stop.
But Effie, if you're cusp, well, okay, but if you're cusp, I would expect you to make that. Yeah, but
No,
for
I'm not being
guys
cusp
to
right
go
now.
after
You know I'm
other
not being
guys,
cusp.
for guys to go after other guys in that way, come on.
Oh yeah, that's what all dudes do to each other.
No,
that's
that's
why you
what
have
women
terms like
do to
limp
men.
dick.
That's what women
Who
do to men.
made up the term limp dick? It wasn't women.
I think it was.
Yeah,
It
it
was.
was.
No, definitely
Yeah.
was not.
It wasn't
Hey,
me.
that's
It
Greenland.
wasn't
the
me.
person that was
We're
asking
doing
for-
it
What's your
this
source,
way.
Effie?
Greenland.
This is not a man.
Memphis, do you have
Lipstick
these
Andrew.
studies?
Greenland.
Yeah, anybody can find them. If you literally you just need these 5 words. Just type in African Americans prefrontal cortex, and
Come
you'll
on.
see a dozen of these
Do
stories.
you agree with
Okay,
this guy?
so I'm just gonna do right now
guy's
is I'm gonna look up a bunch of studies to disprove how horrible white people are.
Okay, do it.
Not just because I dislike white people, but what I'll do
Well,
is
you're a
match
cuck,
you
obviously.
from horrible to horrible.
You're embarrassed to be white. You're
Yeah.
a cuck.
How would you
You
enjoy
fantasize
that?
about-
Because that's
you
all you're
fantasize-
fucking doing, dude.
Well, you're gonna prove he's right that races are different.
Yeah, you're a cuck, dude. I don't know.
Yeah,
what to
and
tell
then
you.
I'm gonna prove like white people do horrible things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
go
gonna
for it.
prove
Colonize.
he's
I
right.
fucking hate that terminology.
Well,
Like
you're
you're
proving
making me like play devil's advocate right now because
Well, because you're a
annoying me.
cuck. You're a cuck, dude. I don't know
No,
what to tell you.
I actually not. I'm
You're a
playing
cuck.
devil's advocate
You are a
because I
cuck.
find you annoying as
You are
fuck.
embarrassed to be white. You're a cuck.
No, and I love
Yeah,
being
no,
white.
no,
My
you're a cuck.
6'5"
Well, then act like it.
giraffe ass. I am proud to
You're a
be
cuck.
me.
Oh my
Why are
god,
you
you're
tucking
tall
out
as
now?
fuck.
Why are you cucking out then?
Cucker.
I'm
cuck,
not.
cuck,
I just don't like
cucker.
people
And a
like
real
you.
man.
You're a
So
tryhard.
he's a real man.
Did you just say you're 6'5"?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, but he's a cuck.
Shit.
He fantasizes about blacks
Look at
fornicating
what
with his
the
wife.
He's got a
Greenland,
limp dick
stop
though. He's got a limp dick.
Shut up. Shut up, ladies.
I mean, when you type it
Real,
into
real
Google,
women,
it says,
hold on.
it
Real
says
women,
African
hold on.
American
Real
children.
women don't speak when men are discussing things.
Robert.
That's what you guys do. You call us real men.
So
when you
I'm
wanna
going to look up
qualify.
atrocities.
Robert, I didn't vote for Trump.
Memphis,
Can I
we're going to go
fact check-
atrocities
can I
for
fact check
atrocities
one
and see how
second?
long
Look
this list
Yeah,
can
look
go.
up the
Fact
Rwandan
check
genocide
it.
in '94.
Fact check it, Bex.
Yeah, less,
Okay.
less
I
gray
looked up
matter
this-
due
I
to
looked up-
financial hardships and single parent homes.
I looked up this gene, and it has nothing to do with race.
The MAOA gene.
Thank you, Bex. Thank you, Bex.
It's
Yeah,
actually
dang
the
it.
serial. It's
Stop.
also
What
known,
gene?
It's also known as the serial unaliver gene, the MAOA gene.
Gene. Yeah, it's
The
disproportionately
warrior
represented among blacks
And-
than more so than whites. Look it up.
There's even the aggressive part of it is like debunked, right? Is it making
Yeah.
men more aggressive? Women can have it too, and it is known with like. There's a whole bunch of shit you can read. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But,
You think I knew
I
about
will
this
tell
just by
you- Hold on,
happenstance?
Memphis. I'm not done. Unless you purposely type in the words that will get you to the info you want through opinion pieces, this is not. It's got nothing to do with race.
Yeah, you have no idea what you're talking about, but
I do. I'm
this
literally
is-
reading. I've just
Wait,
read
wait,
like
wait,
in
wait.
that
Yeah.
time. I read
You-
like
so if
4
Thank
you
you,
type in
Bex. Thank you for
African
fact checking.
frontal
Thank you,
cortex,
Bex.
if you type
We
in
love you here.
African
Thank you.
American frontal cortex,
took a
Yeah, if
woman.
you
It
type
says
in,
that
if
they
you
have
put
less.
in the
Who
word,
cares about
if
that?
you
I
put
want to
in
ask
the ver-
Memphis a
hold
question.
on,
But I
if you
didn't
put
say
in
all
the
I did.
keyword,
All I put in was
okay,
African American
yes,
frontal
yes,
cortex. That's it.
Nick.
I
So
didn't put the
what you
gene or any of that.
did was you told Google exactly what you wanted it to tell you. I can put in a whole bunch of keywords and get anything on the
I
internet
don't
that
know
will
nothing
tell me
about this
exactly
gene.
what I
It
wanted to
doesn't say
say.
nothing about this gene
Okay,
though.
can
Like
I
you didn't even
finish?
let me finish
Right.
what I was
So,
saying though.
well, because I
Fucking
wanted
bright
to
as
talk.
shit,
Yeah,
Robert.
but Bex, you're a sympathizer though.
There you go. Higher
Well,
MAOAL frequency in African Americans. Case solved,
yes.
Bex. You're a horrible
What did?
researcher. Horrible
That's
researcher.
not. No, I can literally.
What's the .org? Like, what's the
Yeah.
website? And where's that from?
Officer,
Like,
look,
that
Where's the
officer
actually
link?
just posted
matters.
in the
Where's
comments
the
too.
double
Officer's
blind
reading
peer
the same
review and
thing I
how
am.
long has it been studied and how many times? Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Right.
it does
It's
fucking
common
matter.
knowledge. No, it's common knowledge, dude. Look it up.
Dude,
And
what,
just
okay,
from the
Memphis,
national-
Memphis, what made you so angry that you have to fight with other people about race? That's
Wait,
the
hold on.
You found
So
out
from the
about these
National
things
Library
5
of
minutes ago.
Medicine, from the National Library of Medicine, in their scientific studies, they say there is a difference in the volume between races.
Yeah, there is.
Frequency,
More
correct.
African Americans have more.
Yeah, exactly what I said. Thank you.
So that's not. What is that from? Because that's not what I'm reading.
Hey,
It's
Bex, why do you
from-
think I would lie about this?
It's from the National Library of Medicine.
Why do you think I would just lie about this?
Yeah, but what is yours? I'm talking about Roberts.
Oh,
That's
Yeah,
what
I feel like
Robert's
Memphis
backing
needs
up
like
what
an
I said.
HJ
Higher-
or something.
higher in
I
Dude, it's just
understand,
so
Memphis,
high-strung.
that Robert is backing up what you said. I'm asking him where the information is from.
So,
because that's not what medical journals say.
It's from Jugal. It's run by Jews. They all made it
Ma-
up because they hate black people.
Mayo
Give me a break.
Clinic.
National
Bex, I'll put mine-
Institute of Health, NIH.
Thank you.
Memphis,
Because
you're never
so
wrong.
the
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
MAOAL and aggression, as well as between different. It's not okay. Sorry.
People
Well,
think I
studies
just like
have shown
lie up here. Like, I'm not
associations
lying.
and aggression, as well as between different racial groups. It's important to note that these findings are not indicative of racial differences in the gene itself. Like there's multiple. I have several studies up. People are even sending me studies as we speak. PubMed. There's no.
People are sending you studies as you speak.
Yeah,
but
because we
that's-
like to fact check.
Like Bex, that's called black media.
Right. Oh, right. Of course.
Yeah, I mean, the scientific journals have been so corrupted. I mean, I'm sure
Probably
a lot of people in this.
officer.
Well, I mean, yes. If you take
Facts,
all
Val,
fact
they
and,
might as well be
and
the same
reason
person
and
at this
everything is a
point.
lie, then yes, you can decide anything you want. But unfortunately, science is very real.
Oh,
Bex,
yeah.
I put mine in the
sound
Discord.
vaccinated.
Thank you
Okay.
so
Sound-
much.
you sound
Tyra.
vaccinated. How many times did you get vaccinated?
Okay, officer is not
187.
officer is not
Zero
science.
vaccinations from
Ooh.
COVID. But
Ooh.
other than,
Me, I didn't get any either.
I got 0 of them.
Hi,
Yeah,
IQ's in
Emily.
the
You
chat.
guys are so weird.
How did y'all see through the Jew eyes? How did y'all discern that?
It's funny. Maltreated Caucasian boys with low activity of that gene showed more serious AB as adults than boys with high activity. Interesting. So yeah, it looks like
I don't
it's
get
white
sick,
people.
so I never go.
Yo, Bex, are you a black apologist?
Yeah, she's
I
a
am.
sympathizer.
Yesterday I was a racist. Today I'm a black apologist.
She's a sympathizer.
She switches up, huh? Don't burn coal
I'm a
tomorrow.
flippy flopper.
You're a coal
Yeah.
burner?
I am.
She's got
Oh,
jungle
no.
fever.
Oh,
I'm
no.
a snow bunny.
Oh, no.
She's got.
Oh, no. Yeah, hey, single mom on deck. Single mom on deck.
You are so correct. You are so. I am a single mom.
She's a black sympathizer.
She's another
Dude,
single
did
mom.
Memphis you say earlier you're a single dad, right?
No, but see,
No, I'm not a single
Bex is a
dad.
white savior.
Where did you get that from?
That must have been miscommunication from a conversation earlier. Somebody was like yelling about it being a single dad.
No,
in the conversation.
Bex
I was
is
like,
interesting.
playing
I
a
wouldn't-
video game.
Max,
I
have you
wouldn't be
been
bragging about
blackwashed
single dad.
like Val?
I'm blackwashed. Yes.
Why?
Me and
Why
Mel
wouldn't
got
you?
blackwashed together.
Well, no,
Wow.
Bex is interesting because she's pro-black, but she's anti-police.
Nick, you're a single dad. You're a proud single
I'm
dad, right?
anti-police. Wow, Green Lake. Am I?
Well,
I do believe in fucking the police. That is true.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because the police are all the black people have from that and then like just total extinction.
Oh my god.
Because you know what, in Memphis, it would go down.
Well,
Man, Memphis, the city I live in, we're kind of like 20 years to 30 years ahead of the rest of the country when it comes to like racial dynamics. The only people that like
You mean
consistently,
behind?
no, 100% ahead. The only people that really will edge us out in terms of this kind of stuff, in terms of like predictability and prescient thought, are Afrikaners or Boers or white people from South Africa. You know, like what they went through with apartheid is about 30 years ahead of what's coming in the U.S. But what's happening in my city is coming to every major city. I mean, as soon as blacks take over your government, it is over. I don't care. I mean, I don't care if you're in Boston. What's up?
You're ahead of schedule in a negative light, is what you were saying.
Memphis, how does it feel to have read so much information and be so wrong on everything?
Do you really think that? I mean, so far I've been proven right.
You know, okay, can I tell you,
so you were saying America is like...
oh my God,
sorry.
Never mind. So,
Matthew,
can I tell you
what I really think? I'll answer you after you let her finish.
Can I tell you what I really think?
What you said is true. It's just the way you say it.
Okay.
It's not even that. No. So it's not even that. It's like you will take information. I've been listening to you over several days now, and I have an analysis.
I kind of like it. So you take
a bunch of information, like even like when we were talking about the prison system the other day, I agreed with some of the stuff you said, but then
what did you disagree with? Tell me one thing you disagreed with.
Can I finish what I'm saying first?
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. I didn't interrupt. Go ahead. I have impulse control, unlike some people. Go ahead.
I think you might have that gene on.
Yeah, Memphis, you're a little black, Memphis.
I'm a little jig.
Okay, so anyways, so you get all these facts, right? Like I could tell you've actually like done some looking into stuff, right? But then you jump to like the craziest conclusion. Like it's like, okay, the prison system is all these things fine, but then you're like, fuck it. Let's just enslave black people again and stop pretending like we're not doing it with prisons.
I've never said that.
Basically
You're strawmanning me. I've never said that.
Kinda.
But back then, I didn't hear you jumping down.
This is what women do.
Talking about
Memphis, you were saying that apartheid
this is what women do.
And what was happening in South Africa is our future.
It is.
Correct. No,
it's not.
No, I'll explain. So when I say that, some people say, well, where are you from? I say, I come from the future. Basically, all the diversity platforms and programs that the entire nation is trying to roll out at the federal level, if it's not been done at the state level, they are coming to every major metropolitan area. And once a government goes black and you put a black leader in power, essentially, devolution recovery. These people are the antithesis of civilization. So will they come through and you put a black person in turn, like whether it's New Orleans with Nagin, whether it's Detroit, whether it's Memphis, whether it's Gary, Indiana, whether it's Atlanta, look at all of it, Chicago, look at all of them. This is what's coming. What happened in Memphis, Tennessee will happen to North Dallas. It will happen to Boston. It will happen
Baltimore.
to New Hampshire. I mean, Baltimore. I mean, it's all. So yeah, when I say I come from the future, it's like I've already, the only people that are ahead, further along on the timeline than somebody like me is a Boer from South Africa, because they were only 8% of the population. So when the Bantus and the Zulus took over South Africa, it happened overnight. They went from being a potentially first world country, the first world country in sub-Saharan Africa, back to being Mozambique or Zimbabwe, third world country. 30% of the population having HIV. RAPE, capital of the world. Children being sacrificed for voodoo. I mean, this is normal stuff for them. They will talk about it. The average Boer makes me look like a liberal.
Follow it up with voodoo.
No,
that's what they literally do. I'm not making it up.
Effie? That's their life. That's their world. That's their stuff.
Well, they call it juju, believe it or not, Juju, but it's the same thing. It's just demon worship.
You just like saying Jew.
Well, that's that, and I dislike saying Jew. I wish I never had to say Jew.
A lot of times it's actually called hoodoo.
Okay, but these are two different things. They originate in West Africa, but the Bantus that migrated to South Africa, when they brought it over, it's different. It's like what you have in the Caribbean is like Santeria. What you have in Haiti is proper voodoo. What you have there in South Africa, they just call it juju. So if you wanted to, anybody listening who wanted to look it up, that's what they would need to look up.
Okay, look, I want to ask once, because you're kind of a complainer. What would you do with Memphis if you could fix it?
Memphis, I could fix Memphis overnight. I could fix any city overnight.
Okay,
literally,
just say it real quick.
Freedom of association.
What?
You want me to explain?
So what signs do these people like put in front of their buildings for them to associate just themselves? So
in
gather there.
Yeah, so anybody who owns a private business or owns, non-public land, essentially, they have the right to refuse anybody service. Nobody's entitled to be in their environment or anything like that. So if a black business wants to say, look, we don't get along with white people, we've had a history of problems with white people. White people are not allowed on our property. Or if neighborhoods want to collectively get together and form their own neighborhoods and neighborhoods, North Dallas pretty much did this. I mean, basically, you have suburbs all throughout North Dallas, Plano, Frisco, McKinney, Orange, Flower Mound. They all basically got together.
Do you think that spitting out all these weird facts makes your argument like right?
That's how he tries to make himself sound correct. Is the way he spins it.
Would you say that he's
I'm
wrong?
trying to give you examples. If you think I'm wrong,
I would say he's wrong.
He's wrong, yeah, definitely.
The problem is that you say too much, man. You say way too much. You throw way too much information at us.
Shut up.
No,
Yeah, because
No.
You're retarded. Okay.
That makes me retarded.
I'll slow it down for you.
Guys, hold on.
Robert, he's going to get your live taken
No, she just
saying
did the
that kind of
same.
stuff.
She just said the same thing.
Oh wait,
Because he said it.
Okay, guys, re-request. No, she
He
don't.
keeps saying stupid shit.
No, he's very smart and he's right actually.
Yeah, I can tell
No,
he's
he ain't
intelligent.
right.
I won't doubt
He
that,
ain't
but
right.
he definitely knows how to spin.
No, it's not.
Wait, what did I say?
Guys, it's not spin.
Hey, sorry.
He said you said
case study,
the R word like that dummy did.
any case study that I would show you guys that shows you homogeneity and homogeneous countries and how functional they are as compared to diversification and what that does to society will show you all that your ideas of what you think mixed culturalism does to society is wrong. Does it promote things like ingenuity? Yeah. So in slight forms, you want to integrate new ideas into your society. That's true, and you should. But at the rate in which we're doing it, and to call for certain policies that would be like what he's suggesting, every single one of you would be happier. I can tell you without a
100%.
No.
It would be better for
Nope.
everybody. Yeah, you can cry about it, Effie, but you're a cuck. We know that.
No, I'm not crying about it. I just said no. Like, what do you cry?
No, Effie,
Why do you keep calling him a
Effie,
cuck?
But this is not a question. I know you would be.
That's what he does. He's an ass.
No, because I enjoy the culture of my family. It's all varying in difference. I fucking love it, and I would not want to change that one bit.
Okay.
I don't think he knows what a
you would-
cuck is.
Yeah, so you would have the freedom to associate with them if you wanted to, but conversely, if people didn't enjoy your company, they could basically say, "No, we're gonna have an area for ourselves, and you're not welcome." Thank you, though.
Well, I can walk through there, and you can try to stop me.
Well, okay, yeah, exactly. So you want to go where you're not wanted, and then how that ends up, you want to cry and complain about it. So
then
Well, and
what
Effie,
happens on the
think
verse
about,
with
like, when
you?
those people
No,
but
Memphis.
Effie,
What
think
happens
about,
on the
like,
verse with you when we don't want you welcome anymore?
There's more of
Wow,
us
wow.
than you.
Process is not welcome anymore.
Yeah, but there's
When we
more of us than
decide that
you.
we're going to put you to the heel.
Yeah, but there's more of us than you.
yeah, but the way I
No, there's
think
not,
is,
because I'm part
There
of
are.
you,
No, there
but I'm
are.
not part of you. If you
Yeah,
fucking
there's
get what
way
I'm
more-
saying.
All of the men will side together when it comes to it.
100%.
You're
Look,
the
dude,
minority.
Men,
Muhammad Ali thinks just like me. Black nationalists think just like me.
Mhm.
It is a small minority of people that want to see their grandchildren not look like their grandparents. That is a very small group of people. We call them cucks. You're a cuck, Effie.
no,
You don't know what a cuck
How
is.
am I
I don't
cuck?
think. You know what a cuck is?
You sound like an
You're
expert on it.
dumbass.
What do you know about it?
A cuck is when another man watches another man F his wife. That's a cuck.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Effie's doing culturally.
Effie
No,
wants-
hey,
Huh?
basically wa-
Hey,
Effie
Memphis, are you
basically
married?
wants to see
Because
it.
I will make
He's
sure
a
that
white
you watch that.
supremacist.
Effie masturbates to the idea of the white race going extinct. He loves that.
And how would you know
No, I
that?
don't. No,
How would you know that?
I love
It's-
myself.
it's
Have I not said
Because
that
he
already?
watches it
I
himself.
love what
He
I
watches
am.
through
I have
people's
no
windows.
problem
He's a
with it.
weirdo.
But I don't
It's
like people like
a
you
fucking
trying to
weirdo.
represent
It's
me.
behind
Or
everything he
people
says.
like us.
Wait, but how would you know that though?
It's literally
Because
behind
you
everything he
Memphis.
says.
Have you been looking in the windows?
5'7",
course.
5'8".
Of course. Have you
He's a
listened to him?
reacher.
Yes, he is.
I've talked
Reaching
to
for a
people
lot
like
of shit.
I've talked like look, you burn coal. What are you talking about? You
With
have
his
white
limp
race, too.
dick. With his limp dick.
Yeah, you married a black dude. Effie.
So what? And what are
And
you?
what the fuck does
You're
that
a white
matter?
pig. Fuck
She married a
off.
black dude. What do you mean?
Okay, and what?
And
Now
if
what?
I had a black
So now
wife,
what?
what
Gives
would
a
that
fuck,
matter?
bitch.
You tell me.
Now
let
what?
That
me
black
explain.
dude makes more than you do. Now
I'm happy
what?
I'm happy to explain.
Great. So shut
Okay.
up, poor guy.
Yeah. So
No.
Thank you.
Honestly, I would fuck you up in real life. I'm just telling you right now.
I'm happy to explain. So interracial.
Somebody-
No,
probably
I'd
fucked
rather
him
you
in the
not. I'd
ass.
rather you not monologue.
Ethy,
He's
let's
probably
not,
been
let's
fucked in
not
his
do
ass.
this in mixed company.
Okay, sorry.
What mixed company?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
No.
mixed company.
Yeah, no.
Wait,
Just historically, it's never been good for people to go out of their way to miscegenate. It's not good for the offspring biologically, and then like emotionally, it's like kind of horrific.
I hope you have
Um,
no children. It wouldn't be good for your offspring.
It confuses the kids.
It confuses the
does.
kids, and then also too when it comes
And
to
you know what I
organ-
always think about? I'm like, no black kid is gonna listen to their white father.
Oh,
Hell
that's
no.
true.
Hell
They're
no.
not.
Well, then too, you got to think about too. Let's say, like, God forbid, a kid has needs a bone marrow
You guys are
transplant.
crazy. Do you
are
guys
gonna
have
give me a
black
fucking
kids?
aneurysm.
They're fucking
Wait.
stupid.
Impossible
These
to
are
find
some
a donor.
ignorant fucks right
Wait,
now.
black.
Hey, stop talking.
I mean, no,
Yeah,
I can do
Trey,
what
you
I want,
offer no-
bitch.
you-
I can
you
do what
offer
I
no-
want.
I know, and look what
Sweetie,
you did
I
with
can
your
do
freedom.
what I
With your
want.
freedom,
So
you married a
shut
black
up.
dude.
Shut
With
up.
your
Yeah,
freedom,
you sound
married a black
delusional.
dude.
So,
Do you have
so
kids?
is that
Do
a
you have
moot
kids,
point?
bitch?
No,
Do
but
you have
Trey,
kids?
it is different.
Do you
Your
have kids?
situation is different than what I'm suggesting. Because if you talk to a lot of black kids and people and young men and young women, it's the white fathers that they reject. It really is.
Yeah, they look at their dad like he's
no.
a cuck.
Do you want to suck his dick or
It's
something,
not
man?
the
Like, what's
mothers.
your
They
issue
don't
with
reject
That's
the
Effie?
weird.
mothers.
Sorry.
They
That
don't
dude
reject
is
the
weird.
mothers. Because
That
moms
dude
are
is
kind of
fucking
moms
weird.
no matter what, but it's the dads that they reject.
100%.
It is a legitimate question. Do you want to suck Effie's
Yeah,
dick?
Prince, come up here. This dude is fucking nuts.
I think he's
giving me a
worried
headache.
about
Come
somebody
up,
that stands
please.
up to him that's the
Fuck.
same as him,
God's
that
nuts.
doesn't
Trey,
have the same
jeez.
views.
I can't help it.
What's
He's
your
fucking
hypothesis?
nuts.
Effie?
Why do we gotta be so vulgar? Like, why do we gotta talk about sexual activities?
Well,
We don't have
he
to.
did bring up cuck, Nick, you have to see and hear
Yeah, I
that.
said-
He
I
did say
said
cuck,
culturally.
which is a sexual reference right off the bat.
Specify any person. I just said we. Like,
Yeah,
I
you
said,
said he was
Oh, quit
getting offended,
complaining.
dude.
Well, I'm going
You
to,
see, he's
though.
getting
Don't worry.
offended. Yeah.
no, I'm not gonna quit.
No,
complaining. Like,
it's
that
not
shit's
about being
not right.
offended. You
don't
can
need to
say
be
it if you
vulgar.
want,
Like,
but
there's
you're
no
not
need-
placing
there's
it
no reason
correctly.
for that. Like, that's stuff that's supposed to be in the bedroom and stay in the bedroom.
Well, that's your opinion.
Have I ever made one mention of anything like that myself? Have I, Nick? Have I talked about anybody in that
I
manner?
didn't single anybody out, Effie.
Yeah, you're
What
getting
is
offended for
happening
nothing,
here?
man. He didn't,
What
he
is
didn't say
happening?
No. Don't worry. Get that Viagra, shorty.
He didn't say anybody in particular, but you're getting all offended. And the only person you're making laugh is the coal burner. Please take note of that.
Oh, shit. Look at this.
I'm worried about that.
Yeah.
That's not
Me
why
either.
I'm saying it.
The mud shark in the chat thinks you're hilarious. Congratulations.
Are you married, Memphis?
Why are you concerned about my private lifestyle?
He's not. Did you see his followers?
I know he's not. I know he's
Zero.
not.
Yeah, zero followers. He's a nobody.
Memphis,
Nobody
with all
likes
this
him, so he
knowledge
comes
that
on
you
TikTok to
have
talk shit.
and you hold against people, has it brought any happiness to your fucking life at all? Being that fucking angry.
being that angry. Effie, why do you think I'm an angry person?
No, I'm talking normal. I'm like, I don't.
That's
I
how
have
you
a deep
normally
voice.
talk?
Sorry.
Yeah, that is how we
you,
normally
yeah,
talk.
except-
you use
Actually,
words
yeah.
like fucking in just casual,
Yeah, I
casual
actually
conversations.
say it all the time.
Oh.
Robert, do I say fucking all the time?
Okay.
I say
Well,
fucking all the time.
You sound pretty upset, but either way, I'll move on. What was your question?
You sound like you're like
When I'm
5'4"
bothered-
and bald.
What I'm wondering is, how do you go about life feeling like this, acting like this, with all this knowledge,
Pretty
your
normally.
intelligence, which you obviously have. You're a smart dude. I'm not gonna fucking deny that one bit. You're a smart guy.
Dude, I have a pretty normal life. I live in a pretty chaotic city, and
Yeah, but how do you interact with people? Do you engage people with these forethoughts? Just every scenario that you go into, you have these thoughts going forward?
we're literally in a chat where it says, "Will blacks and whites unite?" And that's been the topic of the night. I'm talking about the topic.
You know, he put that on there.
Okay,
I'm
but
asking you.
But prior to that, it was blacks versus white on TikTok or something like that. That's the topic of conversation. If you don't like the conversation, I'm happy to change it to something else.
Well, I asked you a question, which you obviously proved that's your mindset.
You asked me how I deal in dating normally. I told you I'm a pretty normal dude.
You don't seem like it.
Unless it
It
comes
doesn't
up.
seem like it, dude.
That's fine.
You're talking to
Well,
people that you
more
don't
normal
know
than
at all.
You got to understand, you and Trey are anomalies in society. Okay, your views on race are atypical. You're a deviation from the norm. You're outside of the normal spectrum. Okay,
That's not true.
100% people who miscegenate are a minority. Okay, well, this is not up for discussion or opinion. This is a fact. Okay,
Show me.
are you okay? No, I'm not. I don't have time for this. Okay,
Oh, okay. Well,
look,
then you're not right then.
you think people who date and marry interracially are a majority or even close
Siren,
to
he
it?
don't bring any proof. He
Well,
just
yeah.
wants
I
to
mean,
say
according
that.
to what they say, in the
You know
next
what I
20
enjoy
years,
is
Oh my gosh!
differing
All right,
of thought.
somebody look
in
up. Somebody look up
I enjoy
interracial dating
differing of
date.
thought. I don't want somebody else that's just like me trying to tell me how to fucking think, aka religion.
You're not.
All you
You're
Wait,
religious
not
wait,
like
wait,
me.
fucks.
wait. In the next
You're
If
not.
you're
200 what?
religious, fuck you with your mindsets of pushing it and telling me how I should think and where I'm gonna go. That sounds just like what you're fucking doing right now.
Okay, I
Like,
literally
to
just
be
said look up
honest.
interracial dating statistics. Okay, because I got I think Siren saying that I'm making this up. I'm not coming on here a lot. I could not care less about any of your opinions about me. Okay, I'm coming on here just speaking.
No,
Uh,
that's not my opinion. I'm asking you. Like, how do you enjoy walking around people in culture? Like, how do
Great.
you like function?
I'll be in Thailand for 3 weeks at the end of this year. I just got back from Istanbul.
And then are you gonna talk
Beginning of this
about white
year.
guys the whole time?
No, I did talk with some Janissaries though in Istanbul. Do y'all know about Janissaries? So if you go to Turkey, you're going to see like Mongol Turks, and they're like Asiatic looking. Then you see some like white European Turkish people, and you're like, wait a second here, this is kind of curious. You look
Well,
more
they have
Greek than
those
you
in
look Turkish.
Pakistan also, don't they?
Possibly, but specifically there, these are all former Janissary soldiers. So like during the Devshirme, the Turks went and kidnapped white Christian soldiers and basically the first male children so that the Balkans could never raise up an army against them. They enslaved them and that became the Sultan's guards. Okay. So when you see a white Turkish person, that was a former slave in the Ottoman Empire. And literally they were kidnapped. They weren't forced to convert to Islam, but the majority of them did just because life got a lot easier for them. They didn't have to pay the jizya. They didn't have to pay the tax. But literally you see them, it's hilarious because it's like, you're Turkish, you speak Turkish, but ethnically you're 99% Greek. And so you have this massive rift in society over there in Turkey between this 20% of the population, or probably less than that actually, but and the actual Mongol Turks. But either way, that's how I interact with people. That was in Turkey.
Ma'am, a lady in the comments wants to know what do you do for a living or for work? Memphis? A lady
I'm a
in the
developer.
comments is asking you that.
I have a couple companies, but I'm a developer, so like real estate stuff.
So he's right. I mean, it's kind of pathetic to think that he's not right in saying what percent of people date within their own race. White people, it's almost 90%.
Yeah, well, white women. I mean, first of all, whenever you have this conversation, people are like, "Oh, his girlfriend must have left him for a black man or whatever." It's like white women are the most race loyal people of any demographic. Literally, they do not. I mean, it is. I mean, a person like Trey is a statistical anomaly. Typically, white people are not marrying outside of the white
And you're a
race.
liar. And you're a liar. You're
I've
a
only
liar.
had two white
What?
girlfriends in my entire life.
You're a liar.
What? Okay,
Such
these
a
are
liar.
okay. These are
You're such a
anecdotal.
I've only
liar.
had two white
It's so
girlfriends.
dumb.
Yeah. Okay.
Jesus
So
criminy.
I didn't know that about you, Effie,
Somebody
before, but
hurt him, Effie.
I'm
Somebody
not. I'm
really
not.
hurt him.
Why are you wishing violence upon me? That's very black of you.
I never
No, it's
wished
very
violence
white of
upon
you.
you. I never said
No,
anything
no.
like that.
Trey said that. She said somebody hurt him. Somebody hurt him. Tell me
No,
where I'm
no,
lying.
she's saying it
You
sounds
could
like
tell.
somebody hurt you. That's not wishing violence
Oh,
on you.
okay,
It
yeah.
sounds like
Oh,
your
I'm sorry. I'm
pain
sorry.
is what
I'm
she's
sorry.
saying.
Yeah, no, that's not the case. I wish there was an explanation because then it would be better for everybody if I were lying. But the fact is, I'm telling the truth, and that's why society's in the state that it's in. I'm just the one pointing it out. Y'all are ultimately mad at society, not me. I'm just the one telling you the
No,
bad news.
it's about like why does that have to be your focal speaking point? Like, yeah, those things can exist,
That's
but
literally
at
what
the
this.
same
That's
time,
literally what this.
how do we end up changing those things and those dynamics?
That's.
It's
I
about our
asked
interactions, right?
you asked
Because
me.
your
I told you.
interactions show on
He's a
here
fucking
where you're causing
racist.
more of a divide.
I literally told you freedom of association would solve a lot of these problems. If you gave people the ability to self-segregate on their own interest, of their own free
I'm
volition,
sorry, I'm
and you
cutting
did.
out, or that was you.
Hang on, can you hear me? Yeah. So basically, if you give people the ability to associate of their own free volition, 99% of these problems will handle themselves. The reason why you have the issues you have, whether it's in black society or white society, is you have conflicting groups fighting over limited resources, whether it's jobs, opportunity, houses, restaurants, playgrounds, whatever,
Versus
gyms.
coexisting.
Yeah, and look how coexisting has got. We've played the coexisting game since the civil rights movement, and things
Oh,
have gotten.
Washington's pretty fucking awesome for the most part. We have some bad things, but like our state's doing
Wait,
fucking
Washington?
great.
You're in
Like,
Washington
if this-
State, and you're commenting on race.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
yeah,
yeah.
you
Like
live
I
in
get
a
along with
you,
my neighbor. I live. Okay, I'll tell
He
you right
lives
now.
in an
I
all-white
live.
community.
all white community, 100%. You
No,
live
I
in
do
an all
not.
white
I
state.
actually, no, I do not.
You
No, I
live
do
in one of
not.
the
Look,
in
I
hey,
live in
Effie,
a checkered
whitest,
native
purest
land
white
right
states
now.
in the
Effie,
country.
I
if you
live in
came,
an unincorporated land.
if you and
Can
your
you
black
listen to what I'm
girlfriend came,
saying?
okay, yeah, if you and your black girlfriend
I
came to
live
Memphis,
I
Tennessee,
live in an unincorporated land. My neighbors are literally Native
Native Americans,
Americans.
exactly.
To
Okay,
my
yeah.
left and my right.
So it's
And
out,
down the road, they're all black
man.
people.
You're so
And then
man.
over
That's
here
you're
in this
so
other
virtuous.
section to my left,
Oh my
which
gosh, you're so
no, I'm just
virtuous.
telling you, like,
Yeah.
and we
The
don't
black
we get
people
along
in your
fine
state,
as
Effie, are
long as you
not
know how
black.
to like just
Yeah,
stop.
the blacks in Washington are white, effectively. Okay,
We have like
if you
13.4%
okay,
of
if
the
you
state,
yeah,
which matches their.
the national demographic.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure it's
if you what I'm
13.4.
saying is
Yeah.
if you brought your black girlfriend to Memphis, Tennessee, you would wake up without the shoes on your feet and the pockets ripped out of your pants and no teeth in your head. That would be the best case scenario. Okay. That is reality here. That's the same if you came to Baltimore, the same if you came to Atlanta, the same if you came to New
Oh my
Orleans.
God.
Okay, that's reality. I know that's shocking to hear for a Canadian, somebody who's on the border of Canada, but that's the reality.
Fucking so glad I live on the West Coast.
Yeah,
is all
you
I'm
live away
hearing.
from black people. Congratulations. Coincidentally, you're not racist.
No, I
also.
don't. Like I told you, it's 13.4%
Yeah,
is the
you do
state
not. Yeah, you okay? Oh,
on
oh,
average.
perfect.
You can do that state
Perfect.
city to city, and it's going to match
Perfect
that.
example. You guys had the Chaz. Remember the Chaz?
Yeah, Top Chavs.
Yeah, exactly. So
Bex can tell you about
yeah,
it.
so you had the Chaz. It lasted about 6 weeks, and a black person killed another black person in there. A black person killed a white person in there. Okay, literally, look it up. That's why the Chaz crumbled. Okay, you had a black person basically became the sheriff,
The crime lord.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
I know
the
you're
crime
talking
lord.
Okay.
Literally,
Okay.
one
Okay.
example.
Okay.
Yeah,
As somebody
Proven
who
my
was
example.
as somebody who was at CHOP and lives in Seattle and was part of that whole thing, you need to calm down a little bit because again, you're telling a partial part of the story.
Tell
right?
me where I lied. Tell me where I lied.
So the incident where there was an unalivement was a mix of unfortunate events. There was a fight that broke out, someone was injured, and because it was an autonomous zone, emergency services refused to enter to help, which is
Okay.
within their rights.
Who
So
committed the act of
unfortunately,
violence?
Can I ask
one
you
of the
to
people,
not interrupt
can I
her?
finish? Yeah,
No,
thank you.
yeah, please don't
Thank you
interrupt
so
her.
much.
Go on, Bree.
Thank you.
And so,
Thank you.
in that situation, it was tragic that someone unalived in that scenario,
Oh, I
but
know
it
it
was
was tragic.
not. But you told a very, very partial.
Who was the perpetrator?
That has nothing to do with anything here.
Yeah, he was a black guy. And you only have
Do you know how many
6.5% black guys.
Do you know how many people were at CHOP and Chaz?
Yeah,
Like for the fact that there was only one injury in that
His
entire
his
one.
name was Jawan Young.
You can't
Look
let
it up.
anyone finish. You really
Look it up.
cannot.
'Cause you're lying.
You have no. I'm not lying. I said it does not fucking matter. Like you're not letting anyone finish. You're speaking over me and you're not listening. I live in Seattle. I literally went there and photographed it. I've shown my published pictures on the website, right? I was there. You are telling a propagandized version of the story to push your narrative, and I don't like it. You weren't there. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, so are you done?
If you want to be racist, just be racist, but don't tell bullshit ass fucking lies on shit
But
like
somebody died.
Yeah, somebody died. Who killed him, or who unalived him?
Unalive them. Can I ask
Clock
a
your
question?
watch right now, and in less than 60 seconds, a person will lose their life.
Yeah, and who's doing that? Who's doing that
It happens
disproportionately?
every day.
Yeah,
Old
who's
age.
doing that?
That's why I was mentioning that.
This woman at the bottom hasn't even spoke yet, and I can already tell you she's one of those.
Oh gosh, she's a coal burner.
I don't know about a coal burner, but she's
Man,
she's one of
he's
them.
being
feminists.
racial towards you. He did the same
She's
thing.
one-
He's an
she's
idiot.
one of them
That guy's an
feminists.
absolute
She's-
idiot.
She's in the
So you
spot.
have fun with
He's
Danny.
one of them.
Trey,
She
can I
wouldn't
ask you a
I can't
question?
stand
I'm
that
telling
prick.
you right now.
Can I ask you a question, Trey?
I can't
Wait.
hear all of your insults because you're all speaking at once. Host, hi Duran, hi friend.
No kiss ass.
No, he's my mutual.
No, he's mine.
Are you normal? Like healthy?
Are you Goldberger?
Okay.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yeah, I feel like there's so much going on here that's not like.
Are you dating? Are you dating a black man right now?
Oh no, not the white woman coming in here to correct men.
Wait, are you dating a black man?
That is none of your fucking business.
No,
Yeah,
it's
she is.
completely.
She is.
Yep,
Dude,
it's
the way
racist.
you guys keep talking, I feel like I might start dating a black man.
Wait, hold on.
I don't doubt it one bit.
They
I
have
don't doubt
a
it one bit.
problem with
Effie, I
that?
love you, Effie. I love you.
Effie, do they have a problem with that? Is that what's happening?
Yes,
I think
that's
so.
exactly it.
Hey,
Yeah.
she uses upspeak
He'll
too.
call you a
know
cuck
what?
next.
So you
You're
know
good-
what?
you-
So you know
you're good-
what? I am. I'm dating not just one. I'm dating 5. What about that?
Yeah, that's a typical.
Damn, girl.
That's a
God
typical.
damn,
hoe
girl.
ass. Yeah, that's a typical hoe ass.
Yeah, I
bitch.
think I got
That's-
20. Let's
You're a
let's do this.
You're a fucking gutter.
Yeah, you're gonna get.
Like
You're gonna.
you're for the
Dude,
streets,
now I
bitch.
feel like not just dating
You're
one
for the-
black
How do you
dude,
keep
but
track
I
of
gotta
them
get
all?
2.
You're gonna get.
Maybe
Well, you
3.
know, Siren.
Hey, you're the exact
Sorry,
reason
don't you got
women
like
have
50
I'm not
Adam,
gonna lie.
come
I'm
on,
not gonna
girl.
lie. That sounds
You
fucking
dumb, dirty hoe.
exhausting.
You're gonna get beat up. You're
I'm
gonna
tired
get.
of just thinking about that.
Hang on,
Jesus
hang on.
Christ.
Babe,
You're gonna-
listen,
Bex,
I
you
heard a
say
man
that you might be
say,
tired,
I
but
think-
that you know there will be exhaustion out of
You
work.
guys do fucking exhaust me. Like
Green Lake, you have 5, so don't you even
one
play.
man is enough. 5 sounds terrifying.
I was
Tell the
just
truth, Green Lake. You got 5.
Well, this is
No, I
what these
don't.
women believe is cool nowadays. They believe the hoe culture is cool.
She's gonna get
This
beat
is
up.
what's wrong with women.
Can the
She's
men
good-
shut up just for a second?
You're gonna get-
Why
And I
are
can
you
clarify-
telling men to shut the fuck up? Who do you
Why
think you
am
are,
I
bitch?
telling a man to
Bitch,
shut the
if a
fuck
man's
up? Oh, I
speaking,
know.
you
Hey,
shut
Nick,
the fuck up and
Nick,
wait
Nick,
for
can
him
you
to
hold on
finish.
for a moment?
Shut the fuck up and wait.
So please be quiet. Yeah, I just want to say I was joking. I was
Don't
joking.
turn my fucking mic.
Well, he did, didn't he?
I don't touch your microphone. Don't worry. I
Effie,
don't do
stop
that stuff.
turning my damn mic off.
Well,
That
I
was
guess-
never me. I just asked you to stop. I don't do that stuff. You know that by now.
Well, you said stop, and then my mic went off. So
And he's so
it's gotta be your little gay cheerleader in the comments.
It was an act of God, okay?
No,
Like,
it was the little
Thank
gay
God.
cheerleader in the comments.
She's gonna get beat up.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
Like, I know you're not talking about Robert. I know you're not.
It's an act
What?
of God. Go take it up with God. Go make
What are you talking about?
Oh
Trey?
my God! 3 sympathizers.
Wait. Who the fuck said
Siren,
anything
did you
about
hear
Robert?
that? Siren, did you hear that? What was Nick saying?
He was. I think he was talking about Prince.
All I gotta say is Serena Williams.
Oh, shit.
Holy fuck.
Oh, well, then I guess you were talking about Prince. Damn, Nick. What?
I wasn't even talking about either one of those. I was talking about fucking Cusp. I was talking about Cusp.
Why are you talking about cusp
Oh.
like that?
Because he's an FAGGOT.
Hold on. Wow.
Nick.
Nicholas,
Okay, tonight.
Nicholas, the Cusp slander. Hold on. Cusp is our resident gay, and the slander has got to stop, Nick. As the director
Can I get into
of
that? I'm sorry.
VP
I
of
like-
operations
Oh, fuck.
of the
What the
Robert Duran
fuck?
Show,
Listen.
Inc. LLC, we will not have any slander on our
Well, he
resident
should
gay
get
Cusp.
kicked by using one slant. That was not okay. He should get kicked.
Yeah, he
Shut
knows-
up, you
Nick,
dumb bitch.
No, Nicholas.
I don't know what the fuck you think this is, Breeza. Mind your own fucking business.
Cusp, where are
hear
you
me?
driving at 3 a.m.,
You
Cusp?
have no
Hold on,
idea.
we have pressing issues. Cusp, where are you driving at 3 a.m.?
He's going to get ice cream. That's my.
Where are
that's
you
my
going,
guess.
Cusp?
He's getting ice cream.
It's 3 a.m. where you are.
He's getting some
I think.
Haagen-Dazs.
We know where he's going. Come on now. We know.
Oh, your kid has a trip. Okay.
He's going to get Popeye's chicken for Trey's husband.
I think anyone that uses such foul.
Dude, I could go for
language
some Popeye's chicken right now.
Go take a nap.
Popeyes actually sounds fucking
Yeah,
phenomenal.
I
Their
think
spicy chicken
you're
sandwich
not
is
gonna
fire.
Real talk, Popeye's
Oh, I
does
love
so good
their
right now.
spicy
I don't know who the
sandwiches.
fuck you
Their
think
spicy
your
chicken
little
sandwich.
whore ass
Effie,
is. You need to calm your little slut ass
Nick,
down.
shut the
you
fuck up.
dirty bitch.
How do you do that?
Nick, why are you going so hard in the paint right now?
Effie, you would get robbed.
No, I definitely wouldn't.
I don't know,
I've
Joanne.
lived.
You're
I've
acting like
lived
a
in
piece of
inner
shit.
cities. It's never happened.
It's one of them
Because
fucking
he is a
nights,
piece
you know.
of shit, I think.
I'm
You don't
Not-
act like a piece of shit
not
for one, right?
abuse.
Nicholas.
What?
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 You're a little out of hand tonight.
It's one of them nights. I'm telling you.
Are you fucking bipolar or something?
Hold on. Is
He's
this
trying to
because
get
you're
another
still,
week.
Wait,
Is what
Nick.
he's trying
Let's
to
be
do.
real. Wait, let's be real. Nick, is this because you still are worried if I'm mad at you? Is that why you're having such an emotional reaction?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly it.
All right. So if I tell you that I forgive you, will you relax on the women for me tonight?
I can't stop laughing, girl. No.
But I don't like this girl. I don't like it.
I
don't
understand
know
that,
what it is
and
about
big
her.
feelings, Nick. Your big
But, like,
feelings
she
are
said,
valid.
like,
Okay,
one word, and I just don't like her.
Nick,
After
your big-
one word,
your
That's
big
called
feelings are
impulse
valid.
control. Nick is a
That was
strong man.
and as a man, yes, as a
Impulse
strong
control.
man, you're gonna push those feelings down inside you, right? They're big feelings. And your feelings are so valid, but we're gonna push
Just
those
quit being a
down, and
bitch.
you're gonna be a big, strong man.
See, now she just called me a bitch. Not.
I know
not
I didn't. I called you a
No,
big,
no,
strong
she
man.
did. She called me a
I
fucking
called you a
bitch.
big, strong man.
No,
Nick.
she did.
I didn't say
Oh.
Breeza called me a bitch.
I didn't.
That was me, stupid.
Oh, that was Siren, Nick. And
Why
we
you gotta
know
call me a
Siren. You
bitch,
guys don't like
Siren?
each other.
'Cause you're acting
Siren,
like one.
Siren, what's with you today, too? Like
You're
I
acting
don't
like, because you guys,
understand your
the
fucking
minute I
problem.
came up here, you guys started fucking lying on me. That's my issue
I
with
asked you a question. All I did was
I
ask
don't
you
fucking
a
care.
question, Siren. That was it. I tried to get the other side of the story. I was trying to be
Hey,
in
your
fucking
mom.
partial.
You
or whatever
tried
you
to
wanna call it.
troll to get the other side of the story.
No,
Get it
no,
correct.
me trying to troll would be Siren. Why are you coming after me? What I said was Siren. I heard somebody. I heard.
you have to
I heard. Listen, you dumb
No one
bitch.
cares.
Mind your own fucking business.
No one
Go
cares.
tend to
I'm
your
sorry.
5 dudes, you fucking whore.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. You know what? You know what? I'm going to turn my camera on. Let's see if you will do the same thing. You non-picture.
I'm not turning my fucking camera on. I'll tell you that right now.
I know why you won't.
Please turn that. I'm turning that shit off. Ugh.
Don't turn it off, Nick. Don't mod abuse. She can have her camera on if she wants to.
I don't think it was Joanne that said that. Oh, you mean the moderator?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to make you look at my ugly face. Because it's so ugly. Bro, you're really, really mad. I feel like you're one of those men that are like, I don't know, that just don't like women. Is that you?
Hi, TikTok
Why are
husband.
you subjecting?
Is that you? You don't like women?
What? I don't like women like you who say they have 5 boyfriends and think they can tell a man what to do. No, I don't like women like you at all.
Does that
Not at
hurt your
all.
feelings?
It doesn't hurt my feelings. It's just degeneracy.
Is it an ego
it's not
problem?
right by any means. Like it's not. It has nothing to do with ego. No woman should have 5 fucking men. What the fuck are we talking
Why
about
don't you
right
just say
now?
that part? Why don't you end it? Yeah, she should not have 5 boyfriends, which, by the way, I said I was joking, right? With Effie, I was joking about it. But what you really want to say is this bitch shouldn't have 5 men because I don't have a single girl.
Men are easy. What the fuck are you talking about?
Not all men.
A
are
300-pound bitch can go to a club and get
Hold on,
and
sir.
go and leave at the end of the night with a man. What are we talking
You're
about
weird.
here right now?
The fact I feel like either you didn't. I don't want to get too into it and be disrespectful, but fuck you. You've been disrespectful towards me. Maybe your mama didn't love you good. Maybe your dad wasn't around. But here's what I know. You're not nice to women, and there is something about that. Like, yeah.
It's because you guys. It's because a lot of you are mouthy
You're a
bitches,
mouthy
just
fucking
like
bitch
you.
more than I am. So what? And
I'm a man. You're a woman.
How much money?
Like you need to learn your
Okay.
place in society.
What does
You
it,
need
what
to
does
learn
it
your
mean
place
to
in
be a
society.
man that allows you to be mouthy and not me? You make more money than I do. You
I'm
make
a
more money
fucking
than I do.
man. What do you mean?
Then
Who
what are the
cares about how much
qualifiers?
money
Then
you
what
make?
are
What
the
the fuck are
qualifiers
what?
other than your tiny little small dick? No, you have one of those.
I
because you
have
act like
male
you do.
genitalia.
Men
I have
with big-
testosterone.
You know what?
I
Don't
have
act like
these
that.
things that men have. Women shouldn't be going around acting like fucking men. Like what the
I
fuck are
think
you
you
doing?
have been born in a different time. You're weird.
Kumbaya.
You're so weird. So you want if let's
It's not weird to think that women shouldn't be degenerates
dumb
and they should
fuck.
shut the fuck
I
up and get in the
know
kitchen.
you don't
That's
really
not weird.
think I was joking
That's not
when I
weird.
said that because it bothered you. I actually am seeing only
Well, I'm
one
just telling you that it's
person.
not weird. Like your behavior
What
is what's
behavior?
weird. The behavior you're
I just told you that
exhibiting
wasn't
right
true.
now.
Like I'm not dating that many people. I thought it was just funny to say because it triggered you.
So you think it's funny to present like a whore?
Slut shaming is okay.
So you think it's funny to be a
No,
whore?
no, what
Like
it
I
is.
don't
Let's be
understand
honest. Let's just
how
be
being a
very
whore is
honest.
funny.
Let's be
I'm not
very
really
honest,
sure on that
okay?
one.
Let's be honest.
Mhm,
You
let's be
slut
honest.
shame because you can't get none. And even if you did get them, he's left unsatisfied.
I can't
You
get
don't
none.
make her.
Okay.
You don't let her
Cool.
finish. Only men with are like.
Why are you so
Is that
nasty?
nasty?
What the
I think
fuck
you're
is wrong with you?
I think you're nasty.
Yeah.
You're different.
A woman should
told
not
you
be
that?
talking
Who
that
told
way,
you that?
especially
Who
not
told
on
you
a
that?
public platform. Like,
Who told
what
you
the
that?
fuck are we
Where the fuck
talking
are you
about
from
right
and
now?
who told you that?
Who told me that is that what society should be? Like, people shouldn't be so nasty.
You're nasty.
It's
You
people
just told
thinking
me
that they
slut
can
and
do
whore.
whatever they
You're
want
nasty.
is the problem with society. You
I'm
need
not.
fucking Jesus in your life. Like, you seriously need Jesus in your life. That's your problem.
I think your problem is you don't know God, and you claim to know God, and you use everything about hating women to put on God.
Mm-hmm. You're a woman who talks like you do is going to tell me about God. That's wonderful. That's
Dude, who
fucking
is this
wonderful.
fucking guy? Hang on one second, Durant. I can't even believe I came up here. This.
I can't believe you came up here either, you fucking
Can I
idiot.
ask others, is he trolling? Because I feel like he might be
Is
trolling.
Nick trolling? No, not at all. Nick is not trolling at all.
Actually,
His name is
he's
Nick.
not
Your
really.
mom, his name is Nick.
Yes.
Okay, so he's an incel.
Huh?
Yeah, he's an incel.
Obviously.
Wait, how?
He doesn't like women. He doesn't like
Oh, now I'm
women.
an incel. Okay, cool. Cool.
'Cause his name is
wonderful.
No, you guys can hear it. He literally
Oh
has.
no!
such a
Oh, by his
disdain.
words. Yeah. Well, obviously, I knew that.
Thank you for taking me off.
We just here at the Duran Show, we believe that everybody has a voice, right? And we bring them here and we love them and we try to heal them.
You love him.
I don't know. I don't think that he would ever talk to like a woman that he loved that way, telling her to get in the kitchen. Like that would just be abusive if he did.
Well, because I would never love a woman that's not
Sorry,
already
I'm
in the
giving you a
kitchen.
follow.
No, Nick, for
I
real,
don't
for
think
real.
Nick-
You
Like,
see how that
if
works?
you
I
were to
don't think
actually
Nick
meet
is
a
an
woman
answer.
that you felt you could have equal bounds with, that you didn't feel like you had to force her to be into a position that you thought originally, like you're saying now.
I'm kind of nauseous.
You don't need to.
You know what's
Like, that is
crazy? You know what's actually
absolutely not
crazy? Like
anything you
men
need to
spend
force
so
a
much
woman to
time.
do.
Men
Because
spend so
if I
much
gotta-
time like wanting to tell women to get in the kitchen, but if they knew that if they just were like good to a woman, like really good to a woman,
We would
she
serve
would like
you.
happily make him all the sandwiches
I
he
just
wanted.
want to be the little
absolutely.
spoon. That's all I'm looking for.
I was
be the
just
little
about to
spoon.
get to a
Okay,
similar
you do
point
it. You
of
know,
that
go ahead,
thought
wrap it
before you
around,
cut me
Nick.
off.
Tell us how.
No, it's fine. You pretty much summed it up. Not in the words I
Yeah,
would
because let me
use.
tell you, I'm not gonna go
Honest to
make no
God,
man
like-
a sandwich. Just fucking
Maybe
demanding
you
it. That ain't gonna
maybe you
fucking
Honest to
happen.
God, like when a man
Maybe you
when a
woman
man is
said it.
good
No,
to you, when a
no,
man
because I would
loves you, right? When a
absolutely
man
not
like
be with-
puts you like makes it known, right? When a man is really fucking good to you, all you want to do is fucking serve that man. It's like a feral instinct inside you to be like, I want to make this man fucking happy, right? He makes me so happy. I want to make this man the happiest man in the world.
I want
Like,
to
truly.
take care of him. I want to show my
Yeah.
appreciation. He's sick. I want to do everything. Yeah, because he means something. He means a lot. But a man that speaks like you, your mom, or Nick, whatever it is, that demeans me and makes me feel like I'm less than, or that he thinks I'm less than. You need
Or a
to-
man,
Well, you
it's
deserve to
really-
be after
it's
saying
what
you
it
slept
is.
with 5 men,
I
whether
think what
you
it
were
is for
joking
me-
or not.
I
She's
think
saying
what it
After the
that's
fact
bad that she
that
slept
you
with
want to talk
5
about
men.
nasty
Well, no, hold on.
bedroom stuff
Hold
That's
on,
what
on
you're
a
guys.
public
saying?
platform.
Guys, I think that the issue is that I think we have this difference in where men think like, oh, if a woman is a good woman, if a woman does everything I want her to do, she will earn my like good deeds, right? And what
You think that? How many men have?
I do. I think that they think like, I'm going to find this perfect woman and she's going to be so good. I'm going to want to give her everything. When what it should be is they should be looking for a woman who makes them happy and then wanting to give her everything and then making her want to give him everything. Right. But there's this need to like,
Find
a lot of men
your
are looking
best
for this
friend.
But yeah, your best friend. Exactly. Like the woman, like, and instead of marrying the woman that they actually want, who is actually their best friend, they go looking for this perfect idea of a woman. And it's, and this is why they always have this need to like, oh,
It
I
always
don't wanna love
fails.
this one. Yeah, I don't know if I want to love this one all the way because what if there's a better one out there? Or she doesn't do this and I don't like it. Like find your best friend, love her with your whole fucking heart, show her that she means the world to you, and that woman will do anything fucking for you. Anything. That's the secret. That's the whole cheat code right there.
Best friend,
Best friend,
communication, trust.
happy wife, happy life,
Fucking
trust,
works.
and that woman will keep your friend in her mouth, if you know what I mean, all the time, all the time.
No, it's not. She's not wrong.
Yeah,
Little John will be happy.
yes, little John will be very.
Yeah, I find it weird when men look at women like they should be their slave and make them food. Like, excuse me, bitch, I fucking take care of my whole house on my own. I pay my own bills. I raise my daughter on my own. I don't need no fucking man. I mean, I would like one.
Yeah, and that's
I would
the
like
attitude
one,
that's
and I
ruining
would
marriage.
absolutely cook for him. Abso-fucking-lutely. But one like you that's demanding and degrading about it, absolutely fucking not.
Yep. The way that, just like I came up and I was just making a joke. I agree.
If you want a woman to be submissive to you, Nick, you have to be
Guys,
something
making
worth
a joke
submitting
based off
to.
of my
I
joke
understand.
I made originally.
I understand you guys are.
You have to be a
easily
man
triggered. I
worth
understand.
submitting to. And that's
Yes.
not you.
I don't even know if it's submitting to, but it's
Yeah, I
more
would never
like,
want women. I would never want women like this to submit
What do you
to
want,
me
a
in the
slave?
first place.
Hold on,
You want a woman that
the way
doesn't have
you
free will?
behave, how
I would
weird-
never
Nick,
even. I would never
Nick,
even be with a
repeat
woman.
after me
I
real
would
quick.
never even be with a woman that.
It's
behaves
weird
the
to
way
ask
that
somebody
most
to
women on this app
submit to
behave.
you.
Like I wouldn't do
It's
it.
weird.
It is weird.
You don't. I
I'm
never
running
said I
away.
had to ask somebody to submit to me. What the
It's
fuck are
fucking
you
weird.
talking about?
weird.
You just
I never
said
said
it.
that. What the fuck are you talking about?
Listen, if you speak, the
You
way-
said you want a woman to submit to
I said
you.
I would never want a woman like these women to submit to
No
me.
woman
What are you
wants
talking
to
about? I
fucking
said,
submit
Effie.
to you. You be a
What the
decent
fuck are you
dude,
talking
and
about?
she
I
wants to
made
fucking
it-
serve
Listen, you dumb bitch. You can't tell me what and
Nick,
what not
Nick.
is going to happen in my
So
life.
then,
or what
where
is and
where
isn't
did I get
happening in my
wrong
life.
from what I just heard that you said that you don't want a woman to submit to you, or you want a woman to submit to you? Where
I
did
said I
get it
wouldn't
wrong?
want a woman that behaves like this to submit to me. And
Okay,
then you
so
said,
that means
when are
you
you?
would
Why
still
are you
find a
demanding
woman that you
submission?
want
Like
to
I never
do so.
demanded submission. Like you just put words in my mouth, bro. Like
Do you think that
No,
women
I
are
was
beneath
going
you?
off what you said.
yes,
You think women are beneath you?
yes.
Oh my god. I actually feel sad for you, Nick.
Of course, I knew that he thinks that. Anyway, I'm gonna go because being on the same panel as a boy who seems to think he's better than a woman is not my thing. And by
Yeah, he
I
wants
know.
something that he can objectify and use as
I
a
don't
slave.
think I know.
you don't know. You don't have
Yes, I
sex. You don't have intercourse. You don't have a woman. You're
Okay.
you're lacking. You know that.
Okay, all right.
You
lady.
know that. That's why you have.
I know
these
you're. No, you're
positions.
disgusting.
Otherwise, you
lady.
wouldn't.
Like you're absolutely disgusting. You are a disgrace of a woman.
I am. I'm disgusting.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't think I am. And
Okay, well, good for you. I mean, I don't know why a man would want a woman like you talking the way you talk, like especially in public.
talking the way that I talk. I think
Especially
a
in
confident
public.
man who, confident man. And by the way, like, what are you even talking about? You're not even like making any sense. I think
He wants one of those little virginal church women that doesn't know any better. That's what he wants.
well,
You
that's
guys are
because he hasn't
delusional.
had any. So he thinks
You guys
the
are
only one he can
fucking
satisfy
delusional.
are those that have never ever had intercourse. So he's like, they'll never know what it means to be good and bad in bed.
Fucking delusional women.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't want to be with somebody that I think is beneath me. I would have no respect for them. How could I love them?
That doesn't make no sense.
Anyway, I
That makes
friend
perfect
reference
sense.
again as well.
No, it
I'm gonna
doesn't.
say it too.
I do.
Is
I just
you
want.
find a best friend equal.
Yeah, just make
So-
sure you have fun with each other. And you don't get bored. But
In
anyway,
order
Darren, I
to
came up on your
love
live because
somebody, they have to be your equals. I don't understand that.
Yes, it's
Can you
not a
explain that?
transaction. It's love, right? That's what it's supposed to be.
Right, but
well said. Well said.
but so do you believe like your children are equal to you?
No, that's not the same.
No, that's a whole different thing, dude.
Well, but you love your children, right?
Yeah, but it's not the same thing as the
Well,
love
no,
that you
I
hold
mean,
for a woman. The
love
love
is-
that you
love
hold
is
for
not-
a woman is not the same as the love
specifically
you
in
hold for
between
your
a man
child.
and a woman.
It's two completely different
Hold on,
things.
so
Like parents
you
love their
equate them to
children.
the
We're
same
talking
is
about the
weird.
word love. We weren't specifically talking
No,
about
but
a
love is
relationship.
varying in levels. You know that.
Did we just hold on one second? Did we just miss how he equated the love of your life, the partner, to children?
Yeah.
So
No, he didn't mean it in a weird way. I knew what he meant. But
no, not in a weird way like that. But I'm saying infantilizing women. He's infantilizing women. He's making it seem like women and children have the same status. That women cannot be trusted for their own decision making. They're not.
Well, there is a thing
No,
that
you're damn
comes with
right.
the
Women
religious
need
side
to
of
have
things.
the right
If
to
Nick
vote.
is religious, what does it go like? God, what are the like steps?
God, man, woman.
Yeah, like so. There are bases of it. I don't know if like Nick's religious, so he might be going off the basis of that.
Anyway,
I am religious, as you should be.
I'm gonna go argue some politics if that's okay. Lovely speaking with all of you. Mwah. Except for
You as well.
except for that dude who,
Yeah, I know, because I told you you're wrong for what you do. I know.
what do I
I know. You don't like to be told you're wrong. I know. You're emotional.
Motherfucker,
I
for the
understand.
last
It's
time
okay.
I was joking
I know you don't like to
that
be
I'm
told
dating
you're
that
wrong.
many
It's
guys.
okay.
But even if I was,
It's okay. You
so
don't
the
like to be
fuck
told
what?
you're
Your
wrong.
little
I know.
ego can't
You like to
handle
live
it.
in a
You're
society
like,
where
oh
you
my
want to be
god,
told
I can't
everything
even
you
get
do is right.
one.
You're definitely one of them leftists. I guarantee it.
But what makes you think that you were right and she was wrong? Because nobody else has agreed with you on this panel.
Well, there would be other people that would agree with me on this panel if they were like present on the panel.
Yeah, if you got other red pills together, yes.
I'm
well,
just
I'm
saying,
willing
like-
to talk to you, but I do find like fundamentals about what you say wrong. But I
Yeah,
don't think you're a bad person.
we're voiced to our own
Like you
opinions
know
in
that. Like I don't
America.
think you're a bad person. I don't attack you personally. I haven't done it. Like,
And I just want to ask, like, where was woman created? Like, how was a woman created from a man's rib?
from man's rib.
That actually hasn't
I
been
don't believe that
proven.
shit.
Sorry.
Okay.
See, I don't believe
Yeah,
that shit, so it
exactly.
doesn't hold standing for me.
Yeah, I mean,
Same,
but it
me
does
either.
to me. But it does to me because I do believe in it. So, like,
Oh
I
boy.
don't-
Well, see, that
so-
tells you everything you need to know, Nick. You're willing to believe
so
a
we're
book
gonna
written by
hate on
man.
me because I believe in God. That's wonderful. Now we're
No, but you
It's
can't
okay
use
that
that
you
as
believe in
like.
God, but do you think
No,
it's
but you can't
funny
use that as
wonderful
leverage in an
what goes on.
argument,
It's
Nick,
correct.
because it's not proven.
This is wonderful.
So I believe it's actual fact that there's two things on this planet that's taken more lives than anything. Number one would be mosquitoes. Number two would be religion.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, I hope you find Jesus one day. I hope you don't burn in a fiery pit of hell for the rest
Fuck
of your
Jesus.
Well, I'm just saying, like, do you not
Or
see like the
existence, whatever you wanna
atrocities of
call it.
thought that can occur from?
You guys read this book and you believe everything you're being told to read, based off
Okay.
of what?
The idea that religions kill more people than like different ideologies or political movements is insane. It's like the dumbest claim I've heard all night.
No, that's why I said religion. I didn't specify which religion.
Religion in
Did I?
general, still dumb.
Yes.
Yeah,
No, it's
religion in general, still dumb.
No, religion is a weak outreach for trying to find your end, so that you feel like you have somewhere to go when you pass on, because everybody's fucking scared of it.
Facts.
Everybody
It's so
passes
sad that
on,
people feel
and you
this.
want to find some validation.
Facts.
It's sad that people feel this way.
No, it's not. It's
Like,
because
And
I
they're
was
so
religious.
demoralized.
I
Yeah.
was religious my entire upbringing.
What was your
Then
Would
they
you
opinion?
had
Would you like to do a deep
This
dive
is
into it, Nick? Because
this
I can tell you
is
what I believe.
this
We don't
is the
care.
fucking society we live in. Like, this is
no, this
crazy.
is a society that was created by your religion.
No,
FYI.
it's the
No, my
absence of
religion was
religion.
Literally, it was
infiltrated.
created by man.
My religion
Yeah.
was infiltrated. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
It was created
Infiltrated
by
your
man.
religion. What are you? You're Christian?
It was literally written in a book
Are
by
you
man.
Orthodox? What are you?
Who are you talking
I'm
to?
a form of Christianity.
A form of Christianity. So you're Mormon?
No.
Oh my god!
Legit.
Just tell us what your fucking religion is. Sorry.
I'd rather not.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I believe in God. I believe in the Bible. That's really all that matters at the end of the day.
You believe in a man-made book. Okay.
No,
Well,
it's
'cause
not. It's not
about to start-
actually
I'm not
how
about
it
to
works.
tell you what religion I am, because then you're going to start bashing on that, and then I'm going to get even more pissed. Like, we're not going down that road.
Okay, I can understand that. I won't ask anymore. I just know that you're something that wasn't good.
Yeah, I'll tell you what
Nick
religion I am.
is a Scientologist.
Oh, are you Jehovah Witness?
No,
Are you sure? It'd be a sin to lie.
I am
On
not
your own
a
religion.
Christian nationalist. That's crazy. Whoever said that, DeRosa.
No, what? So what problem do y'all have with Christianity?
I just don't like the like hoorah that you guys think you have behind it, and the meaning and how wonderful it is, and all the bullshit you try to sell.
Yeah, but just think about it. Your moral compass, probably a large percent of it based
Oh,
on Christianity.
No. I will 100% say that I enjoy the baseline moral compass of
Yes.
Christianity. Like,
It instills good
if you
values.
can't tell, like, the way I speak, that I do.
Bushmaster.
But at the same time, it's the people that take it and form it and warp it into their own ideology and try to force it on other people. That's where my fucking issue comes with it.
Give me an example,
Oh, okay.
just so I
Mormons.
understand.
Do
Mormons?
you want me to keep going? Do you want me to keep going?
What? Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, so what was that dude that made them drink the Kool-Aid?
Oh God.
Fuck.
You're talking about cults?
Yeah, that's because of religion. That was from you guys.
Okay, well, by that same logic, you could say that, I mean, everybody has a religion, whether they want to admit it or not. There's people who
No, I
blindly
have
put their...
zero religion. I'm agnostic.
Yeah, that's
I don't
impossible.
think humans are even capable
Are you
of
talking about Jim
understanding
Jones?
the being of God.
Yeah, he's talking about
Jim Jones.
Yeah. I don't think humans can understand or comprehend actually what a God would be, or what it could be, and what it could.
Yeah, but there's
actually
paradox
create.
there, because there's parts that are comprehensible, then there's also parts that are
No,
incomprehensible.
that you think that are comprehensible.
Yeah, I don't think that we can comprehend it.
Yeah, literally, that's a Christian dogma. Yeah, that's
You know, have you
in
guys
the
ever
East,
played
it's called
D&D? In D&D, the dungeon master can create worlds that have creatures and languages. They can do it so quickly.
You should look into the Gateway
Is that a
Project.
religion?
Create a world.
Yeah, fiction authors have been
You
doing
can
that
create
forever.
a
J.R.
world?
Tolkien did
Yeah, that's
that.
what I'm saying. The Bible's fiction.
Where's this?
Look into the Gateway Project with the
I mean,
CIA.
No, I agree.
Bible's
that there's-
fiction, dude.
I mean, more people have bet their lives on the Bible not being fiction than any other
Yeah,
book
and
in
they've
history.
taken more lives than they bet.
How many people?
well,
how many
they only
people wrote the Bible? How many people wrote it? Can you tell me?
Oh no.
Yeah, they got to
Because you
understand.
can't actually put it together. Okay, so the Catholics who probably actually have the most information hide what's the percentage of the shit they hide away?
That's
And
not
nobody can
true.
read.
Yeah, dude.
No,
Hey,
they do.
why do you feel like you're so informed on this? I can promise you know next
I'm
to
not
nothing
super
about religion.
informed on it.
Okay,
I
well,
just know
thank
the
you for admitting that.
outsiding skirts things. Like, it's the easy way to chop you down. I can find it. It's easy.
Oh,
Not
go for
really.
it.
You can sit here and
Yeah.
talk scripture to me. You can
I'm
read
not-
verses.
No, I'll
but
appeal to
none
you
of
by
that
your own
will
logic.
mean anything.
I agree. I'll appeal to you by your own logic. I won't use the Bible if you don't believe it's divinely inspired.
Memphis, Tennessee. I have a quick question for
What's
you
up?
and your mom. So you guys are both claiming to be religious and things like this, right? I didn't hear you do this, but your mom was like judging other people, and you're not supposed to do that if you believe
Yeah,
in
some people need to be told what it is.
Hey, judge not
But
lest you
who
be
are
judged by the
you
same
to
measure.
judge them, though?
Yeah, well, there's a
and
I think
I will
there's-
put myself against that same stick.
Yeah, some people deserve.
No,
deserve to
you
be
don't,
told
because
what
as
it
soon as
is.
somebody
Okay,
called, you thought somebody called you the
No, I
truth,
will
you got
put
harassed.
myself against that same
Hey,
stick.
hey, Adi, would
I
you
have nothing-
criticize somebody that abuses children?
Fuck yes, I would.
No, I'm
Oh,
talking
you're
to
judging.
80. I'm talking to 80 who was posing the question. Would you not criticize somebody?
I'm not claiming all this and that. You guys are the ones up here saying using it to your
No,
benefit, weaponizing it.
person, a non-religious person who doesn't know the religion is questioning my religion.
Can you prove that it's real?
No, I know about the religion.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
in the
saying,
Bible.
Okay, so is
I'm not
somebody
here
that's
to
not
tell you-
religious
Hold on,
shouldn't
wait,
be
hold on.
your job to try to find help me find that goal, that light, because
Yeah,
you
I'll do
are
that.
the
I'll
one
do
that's
that by
informed,
praying
and
for you.
then I'm technically the one that's uninformed. That
Yeah,
you
I'll do
should
that
help
by
me
praying
find
for
that.
you.
I just want to know if you guys can prove that what
No,
the
you
Bible
know,
says is true.
saying praying is.
I want to know
Yes,
if you
I'm
can
praying
pray
for
for
you is
that.
like
Sorry, the
light
Bible's
shit.
Like,
pretty
prove
big.
to me that God exists.
The thing is that they don't really
Proves to me
follow
it doesn't
religion. They're not
exist.
really religious. They just use God to weaponize it when it's convenient to them. That's all
Yeah,
I've heard
that's a
from
good
your mom
story.
and Memphis.
Praise
Tennessee.
Zeus, the All Father. That's all.
You don't know.
But can you
Hey,
prove
it's
that God
just as
exists?
real
How
as
do you
that
know
shit.
anything
It's been
about
around
religion?
longer.
How do you know what I'm supposed to do? Like,
That's your
are you
proof.
serious right now?
I know you're not
If
supposed
God
to
didn't
judge.
exist, you wouldn't be here. That's your proof.
Can you tell
are
me
the
where that
walking
verse
proof.
is from in the Bible?
You are the
Can you
proof.
tell me the whole context of it, please?
Listen,
That's not proof.
You
That
should be
is.
the one telling me.
It's not
because
proof.
you know
Yeah,
all
I
the
figured
shit
you
about
didn't
it,
know,
right?
so now I'm going to
You
stop
don't
listening to
exist.
you.
Yeah, 80. It comes from the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew 5. But basically,
Oh,
Jesus
okay.
is just telling people, he's basically talking to the Sadducees and Pharisees, the two religious orders of the day, the authorities in Israel. And he's basically saying that you apply a standard to the layman that you yourselves do not keep. Woe unto you hypocrites. So he's preaching against hypocrisy. He's not criticizing somebody calling out evil. Okay, there's a distinct difference there.
But
Hey,
he was
Siren,
being very
what year
hypocritical.
is
So
this?
He was
what
over
you
here
try
cussing
to
at
do
that
is,
young lady that was up
Memphis, you
here.
just try to
Wait, who's
question
talking to me?
that.
He thought somebody
That's
called him a
Bushmaster.
B, and
What
he
year is
freaking
it,
flew off
Siren?
the wall.
You're
2025.
damn right.
Okay, so you agree that 2,025 years ago,
So
the
it only
death of
applies to
Christ,
you,
Shit,
right?
hey
but not to
Bushmaster,
her.
No.
just realized that was you down there. I was looking at my
after the
screen.
year of our Lord, right? Right. So you agree?
I agree. What?
Yeah, what he's talking about is the calendar year. The calendar that you use is literally based and predicated on the birth of Jesus Christ. It's literally
Actually, okay, we're going to talk about calendar. Okay.
Oh.
So are you sure that's all Christian religions that follow that same fucking calendar?
No.
That don't believe that there's 13 months and the beginning day is what?
Ah, yes, it is a Christian Bible that told you that it was the 13 months, buddy.
Yeah, I know. And
Right,
it's not the date that we live to today.
Hold on,
That's
but
why
can
I'm
you?
throwing
But
it back at you.
I'm still waiting for somebody to prove to me that God exists, and none of you can do it.
And you still just didn't even understand that you literally conceded by saying the year.
And that doesn't prove anything. That's just what the society goes off
You can't
of.
understand with your human brain.
That does not
Latter-day
prove the
Saints, is that
existence of
no,
anybody.
that's LDS. Oh, what's that fucking group called that believes in that that Christian group that believes in those the whole different week rotation?
Like,
the whole month
it's kind of
rotation.
like crazy that you're trying to
What are
use
they
that as
called?
proof. Like, that's crazy.
No, that literally is the proof.
y'all have like
That's literally not the proof.
You literally submit to it.
2,000 years people have been debunked.
Society does.
And you.
But that's still not proof that this person ever existed.
So you're talking also, Memphis, you
the
mentioning our
resurrection of
calendar is
Jesus
not
Christ
the same as
is
Chinese
all the proof you
calendars
need.
that have been going for
I
way
mean, I
fucking
don't-
longer.
Is
Do you
this
have an
really a
iPhone,
question,
Effie?
Siren?
Effie, do you have an
seriously?
iPhone?
Huh?
I was asking Ethy, do you have an iPhone?
Oh no, I use Android.
No, Nick, what were you saying?
You don't?
I mean, all the
No,
witness
no.
statements of the
Do you have
resurrection
access
of
to an
Jesus
iPhone or an
Christ
iPad
is
anywhere?
a perfect example.
No.
of how God is doing
I'm
that.
not an Apple fan.
That's still
would
not
never.
proof.
I got you.
How is it not proof?
Because they're witness statements from how long
Look
ago?
at the year 1582 and look at
So
October.
after,
You know how easy it was to manipulate people back then?
Ray just brought it up.
Statements become
Thank you.
inaccurate. I don't
Seventh-day
understand.
Adventists. They're the ones. They have a whole fucking different like calendar system of
Yeah, they're called
days.
Protestants.
But again, like none of this is
This
proof.
is based off the
They're
original.
protests of the Catholic Church. There's
None of this is proof.
I'll pray for you.
Okay, we're talking about a calendar and witnesses. That's still not proof.
What's proof for you, Simon? Give me an example of something you accept as proof.
So people unaliven for a lie, you don't find that
No, absolutely not.
Simon, give me an example of what you would
Really?
Show him. Show God.
show God.
I mean, if he exists, why can't he show himself?
He's not God. He can't show you God. You freaking weirdo.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you
So-
can never prove that God
You're not
exists
God.
because you can never prove it.
No. Siren, the best way to say is
Sorry.
when was the last miracle performed, and is it done in human history that's recorded?
Yeah, no,
Actually recorded.
no.
There's a number of miracles that go on.
No.
Miracle. It's not Jesus'
kidding
face
me?
on a fucking piece of toast.
Right?
The most recent miracle is holy fire in Jerusalem. It happened 2 weeks ago. Look it up.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, if God existed, why would you would think he would show his face, right?
Jesus Christ, why are you saying his name?
Oh,
You don't
I
believe
can
it.
because I am a human.
Oh,
And I'm able to invoke his name.
Oh, now you don't believe
I'm
it.
allowed to invoke his name. I did not talk
Oh,
about
I
God.
really feel if
just said it.
Effie
You
was in
just said his
a
name,
life or
but you don't
unaliving
believe
situation,
it.
he would pray.
I'm suspicious
I
of
wouldn't.
I'm
No,
suspicious
no,
of people
I
that
can
believe
tell
a
you
book.
right now, the first thing I would be thinking about are
book?
my
Wait,
nearest dear
you-
ones. I wouldn't be thinking
that's the
about
only
something that
book
was
you can
hypothetical.
Read?
I've already dealt with
Books
the
too,
death
Siren.
is going to
Right?
come. Death
No, but you
will
literally
come.
put all your like
So which
faith and
book's-
belief
which
into a
book's
book.
superior to which book? Which book is superior?
None of
All
them.
the books in the world.
None of
Which
them. You
book is
believe
superior?
something based off of no evidence. It's crazy.
Which book is
Dude, I wish
superior?
Little Moon Boots was here so we could talk about like the
Let's try
religion's
comparing the
Warhammer.
books. How about
Like
that,
fuck
Siren?
me, it's more detailed than that shit.
Right? Like show some actual fucking viable evidence.
The Bible was written
You
by
don't have
40
to read
different
like
people over
10
three
different passages and
continents
jump back and
over a
forth from
period
each
of
chapter to
1500
understand
years,
one
and they
fucking
all agree
paragraph.
that Jesus Christ is King. But y'all sitting in this room can't even, or sitting in this on this panel can't even agree.
You think people didn't lie back then?
Yeah, those
there's
people
only
couldn't
how
even
many of us here?
read. Why do you think they have the cross as a
Is the man
symbol?
even awake?
You don't think that people couldn't be brainwashed back then?
Oh, easily.
Exactly.
Dude,
Even
Jim
more
Jones,
so back
it was
then.
think you could be
worldwide.
brainwashed
Jim
today?
Jones worldwide.
The Bible actually tells you about that, you know. Satan took a third of God's angels and deceived them. The Bible tells you about that.
Okay, and?
Is that Old Testament, correct?
Well,
That's
that
Old
book is
Testament that you're
superior.
talking about?
The
Or
stuff that-
when
That
you're
book is a
not-
fraud, a fake, and a
Because I don't
phony.
think about like
Literally
angels in heaven and
everything you are
hell and the
saying,
devil were not
the
actually
Bible
talked about
says
until
it.
certain verses.
Literally.
What verses were those?
That's why the Bible tells you in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God.
Meaning what? Like, what's your point?
Because every word you use is Christian dogma. You don't even even all your statements is Christian dogma. All of it.
Oh, dogma. Okay, well, that's also a way to silence people that think on their own.
Darn, give me an example.
Memphis, do you understand what I'm saying? Am I speaking English? Do they understand?
No, because I really
know
hate
what you're
religion.
getting-
Like,
because
boring.
I say Jesus Christ, and this is where he led to.
Believe this book that was made thousands or hundreds of whatever years ago. Believe it. Believe it.
How is eternal life boring? That's
What do you
That's
mean
really weird.
eternal life? That's you're hoping for a promise.
Yeah, this is
You
crazy.
get that, right? You're hoping for a promise that's never been proven. Never been proven.
Nope.
You guys accept things.
none of
that are-
y'all would be saying
Never been
this shit
disproven
right
either.
now. if Robert
No,
was
I have
alive.
no problem that when my life ends, I see nothing but
There's
black.
more
I'm
proof for
done.
it than there is against it. I can promise you that.
Well, I don't quite believe
No,
that,
there's
Effie, but I
not.
absolutely don't believe
Yes,
what the
there
Bible
is.
says.
Hey, Effie,
No,
why do you believe that it's just black when it's all over for
And
you?
in fact, Christ said the world has hated me before.
well, energy moves on. I do know that.
Just
Like,
saying,
I think that's a proven point just within this planet itself. Like,
And I'm
Yep.
one
watching
energy
y'all
always
both
moves
see
to
the hate
another, right?
towards Christ. Y'all hate him. I mean, the world hated him. Crucified an innocent man.
It wasn't
Okay.
the world. That was a section of
That
the
still
world.
isn't
The
proof,
fucking
man.
world.
That's part
But
of it.
we're asking you for proof. You're bringing up fucking chapters in the fucking Bible.
Wow.
Like, what the fuck, man? Give proof.
You're literally spitting words of the Bible and you don't even realize it.
You can't even give an
Show proof.
You're literally
How have I
spitting
been
words
si-
of the Bible and you don't even realize it.
How have we?
In many ways.
Oh my god.
Every time you do, I call it out and tell you.
And you sound
And
crazy
I have
as
no
fuck.
problem with that, Bushmaster, and I'm
I
fucking
sound crazy
adding you.
because you're spewing it.
Hey,
Huh?
Siren, give an example of something.
Huh?
Can you give an example of what you consider proof, Siren?
And nothing against Bex. I think like zodiac signs and religion are like hand in hand, and I just think they're fun to listen to.
You don't believe
Wait, hold on, Effie. So my proof would be like showing me God, like right now. Like, why? Why wouldn't he show himself?
Okay, he did. Literally in the first century.
How long ago?
In the first century.
Which was when?
But that's
No, in the first century.
but you have no idea what time's like for God.
How many years ago was
No
that?
idea.
You have.
No, are you talking
have
like
no idea what
BC?
the first-
Like,
hang on.
What are you talking about?
Effie, be quiet real quick. Siren, you have no idea what the first century is?
Like, are we talking like ADE? Like, what are we talking?
The first century. When I say that God appeared in the first century, you have no idea when the first century was? This is amazing.
I mean, actually, no. Like, I think I understand what you're saying, but I don't understand the way that you're phrasing it. Are you talking about like after, like, so the first creation of man? Are you talking about like Adam and Eve, the first century, like, or after the fall?
What century are we in right now?
Okay, Jesus Christ, second century.
Oh, there you go, saying it again.
No.
Oh, I am gonna say it. It's like built into me. I
You
can't
don't
help
believe
it.
in it.
You know what a century is?
No, I don't. That's why I
You
say
don't
it. If I
believe it.
actually believed in Jesus Christ, I would never actually say that phrase because
Bro.
that would be like not good to say.
So mind-boggling to me. You're like, I don't believe it, but I believe it. I don't believe it, but I believe it.
No. I think there's a possibility that he was a real person. But do I think he was a person that you guys like divine him to be? No.
Effie, so when I say things like the Renaissance, the Reformation, the Enlightenment, you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Okay, so he passed
No,
away
no,
almost
because-
almost 2,000 years ago.
Correct.
That's
yeah.
why I
What-
asked.
What
AD.
century are we in right
That's
now?
what I
And
was
you believe
asking about
a
after
book
death.
that was written 2,000 years ago.
Can you name another book that's been preserved for 2,000 years and has the impact it has on global society?
Of course, because it's fucking
There are
brainwashing
actually
people.
Books that have been subdued. Like there's this wonderful other theologies that existed before they were
name one.
squashed out.
What do you think would be the best way to control people back
How do
then?
we
That
know
book
about
would be.
Zeus? How would you
It
know?
talks-
How do we know
It's
about
being brainwashed.
Heracles?
It's called deception.
How do we
Bi-
know?
the-
No, it's
about
brainwashed.
Poseidon? How do we know about
No, it's
Hades?
called yes. It's the same thing.
It's called
You're
being
literally
brainwashed.
Quoting Christian dogma, and you don't even realize it.
Dude, they didn't-
Because you're literally being brainwashed, and you're too foolish to realize it.
Am I, or are you being
like this
brainwashed?
thing.
And where did you get that?
I'm not,
Christian dogma? Oh, okay. Okay.
because I question everything, and I don't believe what a fucking book tells me to.
You believe plenty of things.
Oh,
that
really?
books don't, dude. You don't believe
So do
Really?
you believe George Washington
Okay, so
existed?
like the name. I'll just name you one thing that's older than the Bible right now.
I can
One
name a
name.
lot of things. The
Anubis.
what?
A religion older than the fucking Bible.
Yeah, the Bible didn't come around until the 4th century, dude. Everybody knows.
Okay, so then how do we know about these people, these characters,
Exactly.
these deities?
There's a number of other historians outside the Bible. Josephus is one of
So
them.
then you want to talk about this, the oldest written book. It was, yeah, is the one that sold the most. It was the one that was forced the most.
Hey, Ethy, how many people know about Anubis?
Probably a lot.
Don't run.
Why does it matter how many people know about it?
No, I was just muting. I was muting
Oh, if
after
he's so great,
talking.
why don't people know about him?
They do. Zeus.
Yeah, they do. How do you think that the Greeks got all their shit? How do you think we know about all of the Greeks?
Naming
Like,
a bunch of different gods. Thor, fucking Odin. Do you want me to like Hera, Artemis? I can keep naming gods. Older than the Bible.
You see how stupid you sound?
Still known.
Yeah, being
And
oldest
which
doesn't
one is
isn't
superior?
Yeah,
Which
but
one
you were
is
the one that
superior?
mentioned the oldest
Out of
written
all of
book.
them, name versus Jesus Christ, which one's superior? Jesus Christ.
I don't. The thing I don't
Yeah, and why is that?
Sun Wukong.
Why people say that
he's
like this isn't
superior.
a Christian
Sun
based
Wukong is
country, and it
superior.
clearly is. Like this country is clearly Christian based.
But that's your argument. But this is your, but, okay. But your
What does it say
argument
on
for
it?
your argument whether
What does
how
it say on
your
every bit of
argument
money
as to
in
how
the
God
United
exists
States?
is a
What
book.
does it say?
That's
What
not
does it
proof.
say? And God.
All those guys bow to
trust.
Jesus Christ. The end.
And nobody cares what your Bible says. It's still not proof.
In God we trust.
Still not proof.
Isn't it like
piece of
the Earth would only be like 6,500 years old based off your Bible?
He wants to see God, so what we got to do is we got to pray that God will show himself to
Okay,
her.
so I will let you know if God is real and I pass on and I go to those gates and he said that I lived a good life, but I can't go on because I didn't believe him, I'll deal with it.
Same.
Yeah, I hope you know what you're asking for. I would.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
That
sure.
means I lived a life with no regrets.
Okay,
That's what it means.
So there's a good book by a former professor from California. It's called The Soul After Death, and it's basically an anthology of afterlife, after-death experiences. So people who died during resuscitation, they were dead for an hour, they were brought back to life. And it's an anthology of these from all over the globe. There's a Buddhist testimony to it, there's Asian testimony to it, and there's obviously Christian, American testimony to it, but I'd highly suggest you read it. So basically, it's a decades worth, and this really came about when we could really resuscitate people and bring them back with like EKGs and other drugs and procedures. And basically, they just say like, what happened? You were unresponsive for 30 minutes. What was going on? And they detailed their stories. I'd highly recommend it for you. It's called.
I've already read oodles and oodles of things like that, and none of them talk about golden gates or God. They usually talk about family.
Yeah. So I don't think you're telling me the truth, Siren. But if you are, more power to you.
I am.
Do you guys want a very interesting theory that I recommend people look at just for like interesting sake? There's actually a theory that God is the bad guy, the bad cop in the situation, and that Satan is the good cop. Hold on. No, just listen. You know what? If you never take any criticism of your own beliefs, you'll never like.
I've heard this before.
Okay, well then, you know what, Nick? Then don't listen.
Am I right or wrong? But the road you're gonna go down is the Satan was banned from heaven because he spoke out about God unaliving so many people.
I'll tell you what, go and look up the Gateway Project with the CIA. Go and read those documents.
Okay, so can I just finish what I was saying, please? Because like I also have a right to talk. So
Yeah.
One part of it is that God has a massive body count. Satan has a body count of 10. But the other part of it is that God wants loyalty and blind faith and devotion, and Satan wants you to think for yourselves, to use your bodies and minds to live life of your choosing and to be happy, right? Why were Adam and Eve kicked out of the garden? Because they ate from the tree of knowledge. The apple represents knowledge. So in heaven and hell, you know, you have to like earn your way into heaven. It's a strict passage, whereas like hell is just separation from God. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So
what if based on what you said and based on what we're taught, knowledge, you said something there. So think about this. The first original thought.
What about it? I don't know what you're saying.
What do you think it was?
I have no idea.
What do you mean? The first original thought of who?
Just the first original thought. So think
Of
about
what?
it this way. Oh my God.
If I was to hear that, the first thing that would come to my mind it would be like, what is? First original thought.
What is?
What is?
So think about the environment. Think about what was going on during those times. They didn't have power. They didn't have electricity. They didn't have anything like we have today. What created everything that we have today? What one single thing?
The Big Bang.
We don't know. We're not.
The Big Bang.
Knowing.
No, Bex. No,
Why
sorry.
do we try to
I'm
pretend
talking about
like we can
humans
figure it out?
after they already existed on Earth. What created everything that we have today?
They actually are finding more and more evidence towards it being the Big Bang.
Okay,
you know what created everything
God.
that we know today on this planet is human beings and
All right,
not
so
a god.
No, wrong. So everything that we have today, like vehicles, electricity, power,
We did
clothes,
that. We did that.
through what?
Through us. Through sentience.
Oh my fucking
Through
God.
innovation and learning.
No, sorry.
Through knowledge.
Fire. Without fire, none of it would exist. Not a fucking single thing
What
we
is your
have.
point?
Settle down,
Who gave us
sir.
fire?
Settle
Who
down.
gave us
What
fire?
is your point?
Bringing the fire
Who
down from
gave
Mount
us
Olympus.
fire?
Lightning. Lightning probably fucking struck a tree.
Yes,
fire
lightning,
is an
religion.
element.
Hold on,
Who gave
hold
us
on,
my God.
hold on.
Who gave us fire?
Jesus Christ, you
It was
guys.
Bex,
This is
go ahead.
getting very
Bex, go ahead.
frustrating.
Prometheus
Bex, go ahead.
gave us fire. Who is Prometheus?
Prometheus is
Lucifer.
So, okay, hold on. No,
Zeus?
let me have this, Ethy. Let me have this. So if everything that we have today was created by fire and Satan gave us fire, then that's an argument for another
Yes.
reason why he's good.
Man was wandering around. Bex, man was wandering around.
So you're telling us we need
was
Satan
in the
for
dark.
innovation
He had saber-tooth
and
tigers
evolution. That's
with
interesting. I
teeth
like that.
6 inches long.
And I noticed
fist-neck.
Memphis ran.
Man.
Bro, there's literally
Yeah.
proof of fucking evolution. What do you mean?
No.
Yes,
no,
there
Memphis
is.
fucking ran.
Now I know how to get Memphis to go away.
Yeah, you just talk about a story older than the Bible. Just bring up Prometheus.
I actually,
bring the fire down from Mount Olympus.
I've done like a lot of
Yes,
research
I'm
on this
aware.
theory.
Because
I-
any
all right,
general
never.
who ventures onto the battlefield and does not know his enemy
All right,
is
Bushmaster.
doomed to defeat, sir.
You've been brainwashed.
Most of you don't even know.
So the entire
You're fumbling around,
Okay.
walking into each
the
other,
entire theory
saying and doing all the wrong things, not knowing what the hell is going on.
Okay,
You're
so
brainwashed.
the entire theory is based on
You are.
that the Bible shows how easy it is to indoctrinate and brainwash people, right? That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm done with this. You guys have a good night.
Because you can't argue it.
I'll pray for you
Yeah,
guys.
because it leads you away.
No, thank you.
Entertaining this nonsense.
I don't want any prayers from you.
Before I go tonight,
You know how I know
each
this?
and every one of you.
Let me tell you how I know this. Because Jesus Christ has
I-
never lied to
I'll
me.
pray
Every
to
one of
Jesus for you
you
tonight, Nick.
have lied, even me in this world.
Oh,
All
no.
of you have lied. Jesus
Oh,
Christ
no.
never lied. You
Oh,
see how I
no.
know and am able to have discernment and know the difference?
You really don't. We are an intelligent
Okay,
species.
so
you're a
it's
liar.
your version of
You're a
discernment,
liar.
right? The way
You're a
you
liar.
take discernment. That's
You're
the
a
funny thing about
liar.
discernment. Discernment is the way
Is
it
it
can be
having
twisted.
discernment, knowing that you have lied?
To discern,
And knowing that
right,
you will
is to be able to
future
look upon
tell
a
lies
situation
to
and
benefit
judge it,
your
right?
own self
That's to
because
discern
you
a
care more about
situation.
yourself, right?
Best of luck walking around like a sheep and for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you're a sheep. I agree.
Sure.
Yes.
The whole point is that it shows that the entire idea of having to believe the words and law of a book that has no scientific proof behind it shows that if you can indoctrinate people to believe that one thing, you can indoctrinate them to believe just about anything.
That's facts.
If you can
And
get them
to
to
add to
worship
that-
an imaginary character that has unalived tons and tons of people through all of history to prove a point, because
Imaginary
they
character.
worship him.
Who did Jesus Christ unalive?
God. I'm talking
Okay.
about God.
No. Who did Jesus Christ unalive?
I'm talking about God.
Exactly.
He's trying to deflect because he knows that that's really bad.
I know. I'm not talking about Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was a communist from the Middle East. I thought he was great, actually. I base a lot of my own beliefs off of his.
Oh my God.
You know, I
definitely wasn't a
argue that
communist.
part too, Bags. I've argued that
Like,
with you.
Jesus Christ is a totally different
I
thing.
disagree
I'm
if they're
talking
not
about
saying
God.
that.
No.
God literally harmed people just to prove a point, just for spite, just to say
Communism is by force, Bex.
He literally unalived people because of his freaking ego. Like, what are we doing here?
I would never worship somebody
No, he
who
didn't.
is that evil. Yes,
he did.
Yeah, he did.
What
He
was
literally
the rainbow, and what was the
yes, he
promise
did.
of the rainbow,
No, he didn't.
Bushmaster?
Yes,
What was
he
the
did.
promise of the rainbow?
Nope.
Yep.
See, like bouncing off. We got too serious.
Because we're backing them into a corner of something that they can never prove.
That's why we've cleared the panel, because this is why I stay quiet during religious talks, because religion is like my special interest. I've read the books, I've studied it all, I've gone to churches, I've done all the things, and it's
I've read quite a
only
bit too, but
it's only gotten me to the point of where I am, where I thoroughly believe my own theory. And
Wait. Y'all keep saying that y'all keep saying that God unalived them. Why didn't your gods say
I don't have a
I have a question for you, Bush. I have a question. So,
No. Why
okay,
didn't
but I have
your
a question
gods
for
say-
you. I'm trying to ask you a question. Are you drunk or something?
No, I'm not drunk.
Okay, so can I ask my question?
You just did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so if you believe in like the Bible and what, how do you explain that we share DNA with Neanderthals and shit like that? How do you explain that? Because that proves evolution took place.
No.
It literally does.
No.
Yes, it does. Scientifically, it proves.
No.
How so?
Because it doesn't.
How doesn't it?
Where did Neanderthals come from?
Well, we all came from somewhere, but according to your Bible, that never happened. Dinosaurs never happened.
Oh, so it just magically appeared, huh?
That's what you guys say, yes.
So we came from a molten rock. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Sure.
How old is this planet? How old is this planet? Is my first
Exactly.
question. No, Bushmaster. How old is this planet? And we've already been able to prove that 12,000 years ago there was a huge reset, and that prior to that there have been multiple resets.
Yep. The Ice Age, the fucking.
That's what they say.
That's what they know.
Yeah, but this is also what you
That's what they
say. That the Earth
wait.
is like.
How do they know?
What-
How do they
but-
know? No.
so,
How
like-
do they know? How do they know? No, Auntie, hold on. How do
Because
they know,
there's
sir?
evidences that are left around.
What evidence?
Oh my fucking god. With the Ice Age, well, okay, let's talk about how all the woolly mammoths unalived. We're finding them frozen and very well preserved.
Okay.
And we actually have 5 different types of
wait, Auntie, hold
elephants on North
Auntie,
America,
hold on.
which I thought was
Auntie,
pretty
hold
cool.
on. Auntie, hold
They
on.
have ways to
Auntie,
measure
hold
the
on.
snow and when it was there, how long it was there for, etc., etc.
And how accurate are tests?
Well, their
Siren?
tests are actually pretty fucking accurate.
So you're talking
Oh,
about
really?
carbon testing,
So
right?
has there ever
Yes.
been any medical misdiagnosis of cancer or anything like that?
Pardon me?
Has there ever been medical misdiagnosis of things like
Absolutely, but the thing is, when they're doing these, when they're doing these testings, there's more proof than just that one
Again,
thing,
like
right?
I
There's a bunch of different variables that go into it. Over talking me isn't going to make your point any more wrong than it already
Do you
is.
understand now? Do you understand?
No, I don't think that
yet?
you do.
Is it clicking? It's called discernment.
Okay, and there's also proof and evidence.
Oh, that fucking word again.
That word.
But explain it to me.
Discernment is a
What-
lie.
Explain to me why we share DNA with Neanderthals. Why do we
No,
share?
it really is.
How do we share
Discernment
DNA
is
with
perspective.
Neanderthals?
It's how you perceive things.
You see how he's like going crazy because he can't answer my fucking question? How do we share DNA with Neanderthals, you moron? How is that possible? If the Bible was true.
Again, see, Jesus Christ has never lied to me. You have.
How do we share
this panel
DNA with
already.
Neanderthals?
What does his voice sound like?
He sounds like a fucking psychopath, like a backyard hillbilly.
How do we share DNA with dolphins? Actually, dolphins match our DNA more than any animal on planet
No,
Earth.
no, 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 no. We have.
Yes, that's a fact.
Wait, Ethy, hold on. Ethy, hold on. Hold on. No, no, no. It's different than that. We have their DNA in our blood.
We also match with pigs too, pretty close. Did you know
Yes,
that?
but we actually have their DNA in our blood. Being obnoxious isn't going to change anything.
You've gone off the edge tonight.
Yeah, he's really
Bro,
acting
I'm
crazy.
chilling. I'm laughing at y'all. Y'all are fucking hilarious.
Is your world falling apart
do you
because I
mean?
just threw that kicker at you?
No, I'm laughing at y'all. Y'all are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, you just want to ignore the truth, right?
Yeah, this dude said discernment is a lie.
It is, because it's the way you perceive it. Discernment doesn't mean truth.
Y'all will say anything, bro. Y'all
No,
will
does
say
discernment
anything.
mean truth?
Hey, you got a little demon floating around inside you, buddy.
No, I'm just asking you. Does discernment mean truth?
I'm telling you the truth.
Explain the Neanderthals then.
I don't need to explain Neanderthals.
Oh, but why don't you have to? Because they absolutely debunk your Bible.
I already told you, and you're still going on about it.
Because you haven't debunked me.
I feel like
I'm
but
telling
Pastor,
you,
have
man-made tests are
indiscernment.
lies.
All of them?
Man,
Well then,
lies,
fuck.
does
I
he
guess
not?
I guess all technology,
Man
everything
and
we have is
women
all just a
lie,
lie
do they
too,
not?
right?
What? Can you name one man on planet Earth that has walked this earth that has never told a lie? I can. His name's Jesus Christ. Can you name another?
You don't know that he's never told a lie.
What happens in between the ages of Jesus Christ?
Wait,
we don't know what
Ethy,
happened.
Ethy, how does
Because he was
somebody know?
gone from,
How
like,
does somebody
what,
know
he was,
that?
like, 30?
How does somebody know that
What was
Jesus
it,
never
like-
told a lie? I'm confused. Like, how would you know
Was he a
that?
teenager until he was 30? There's nothing about him.
Like, how would you know if somebody told a lie or not? You would never know that because you don't live in their head.
It's not written in the book that he never told a lie. You didn't walk the earth with him. There's no way you can know.
Exactly.
If
If you ask the
Jews, they would
like,
say
if
he
he,
lied
for the
because
work
he
he
says
was
he's the
doing, I
Messiah.
guarantee at some point he
I
had to lie
bet
to
you
somebody.
Jesus asked, just a
Exactly.
tip? Just a tip? That's a lie.
Wouldn't the Jews say that Jesus lied?
Getting
because he
old
said
and
he's the
boring.
Messiah?
Y'all just keep talking in circles.
We really don't.
And discernment is not a lie. Like,
No, but your Bible
Discernment
is.
oh my God.
Your Bible
Discernment
certainly is a
how
lie.
you discern something.
He gone.
Bye, crazy.
He gone. What's going on?
Like,
here?
I have nothing against religion. My only problem is when people try to wield religion against you.
You don't like
That's
to read
the only
books of
time it
fiction,
ever
you
bugs me.
People get really upset at my theory. That's why I always stay on mute.
You like nonfiction books.
So here's the thing about my argument here, right? So I kept on asking him, how do you explain us having DNA of Neanderthals in our blood? So you can trace us back, like, you know how you go all the way back in your family tree and you keep on going farther and farther and farther. Somewhere in that line, we have Neanderthal DNA in there. It doesn't work that way with pigs and whatever. That we share the similar DNA. Our body, like the makeup of our body. It's not the same fucking thing.
We have some similarities with pigs.
Oh yes, of course we do.
Our skin, it's like our skin is like the closest to them.
Yes, it's our makeup. It's what makes like the, how do I word this? It's like the elements that are in our body and the makeup.
I'm very angry.
What does this have to do with the prompts?
For making me do.
Because I was trying to get him to explain to me how we have.
Angry about Wavius.
Is the host still here? Or he's
No.
He's a fact.
Oh,
The fact that
because
I came
I
up
read
here.
his statement that he put in his comments. I think it's kind of interesting. He's worked on a bunch of campaigns, and he says he has 3 members of Congress. I would want to ask him some questions about it.
He's usually kind of MIA later. If you come in earlier in the night when he's live, he likes to answer questions.
He's a
Who's the
gorgeous
3
man,
members of
loses weight
Congress
easily.
that he's done campaigns for? Does he mention it?
He has a website. It's his name, just like his Cash App, robertduraniv.com. You can go look, and there's all the information about all that stuff.
I just wonder because it's like politics is a lot of like theater in a way, and to me it kind of reminds me of wrestling because you get people they go on TV and like, oh, I hate you on this side, but then behind the scenes they might be buddies with each other, so it's like a show.
Robert is very theatrical for sure.
No, but I just wonder, it's like, can you be a politician and not be corrupt? It just feels like if you get that position, then it's like,
well, I'm a communist.
You can't do
I'm
things for
not
the people.
Best one to ask because.
No, I'm saying for the people who are actually in Congress,
I mean, not in a capitalist society, to be quite clear. Like, that's how capitalism works.
I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily capitalism. I mean, it's more just like how our system ended up and the amount of money you need to get those positions.
Right,
and
our
how
system,
do you not be corrupt to get the position?
Our system, right, and our system of money is capitalism.
No, but I mean, I mean, maybe it's a disagreement. I don't think necessarily because it's capitalism, then that's why it's like that. Because it used to be with those positions in Congress, it wasn't about money, and it was more about service. Hundreds of years ago, as it's the modern era, now it's become a lucrative position to be in Congress.
Well, hundreds of years ago, we didn't really exist. I mean, capitalism. We've always been a capitalist country. We've watched it advance very quickly into unrestrained corruption. Arguably, most of the issues with the corruption in our government and our politicians is because of capitalism and late-stage capitalism.
I mean, as far as the prompt, it's like, what do they mean by the question, will blacks and whites unite? Like, in regards to what?
I mean, I think it's pretty clear. Like, we have a little bit of a racial divide in this country. And in order for shit to get better, we would have to, stop hating each other. Do you think that'll ever happen?
Oh, as far as that, I mean, I think with people, they take it based on what people's actions and what they do. I don't think anyone really tries anymore to hold something against someone if they look different than them for the most part. So I think that's an advancement. As far as different groups, I mean, by default, a lot of us are segregated because people tend to live in neighborhoods of people that are similar to them.
Hey, Wavy.
Most people don't have it that they're in cities necessarily and have diversity of people. So by default, if a certain neighborhood's a certain way, it's kind of like segregation anyway. As far as with whites, they don't see themselves as a community. I don't look at another white person and say my brother, like a lot of black people do, make it's a community, even though they don't even know the person and it's a stranger just because
dude, that is so
skin
untrue.
color. So
you don't have friends that you call bro, dude. It's the same talk.
But I'd say,
can we please not monologue?
Black, white, brown, anybody I could call bro. I don't necessarily say
I have white friends that call me brother all the time that tell me they love me. What the fuck are you talking about? They're not my actual fucking family.
What were you gonna say? What's his name on the bottom? Is it
Waviest?
Waviest.
Yeah, you guys make me so mad because you guys were having this conversation about religion and all this stuff for a long time, and I was like, man, you need to change the subject. As soon as I come up here, though, you change the subject, and I didn't have to do it. I don't like public speaking. I really don't.
Shouldn't you say thank you then?
Well,
because you said you wanted the subject changed, and I changed it.
It is what I wanted, but now I have.
I'm so angry. You guys delivered. Fuck off.
Yeah,
no, that's what it sounded like.
If you deliver on time, I'm happy. But but the thing is, I just had to say this because
you're trying to get a free pizza, aren't you?
No, Wavy's my
only one topping.
There's something that Beck said a little earlier about Jesus. And what I noticed is that Jesus, this man who who fed hundreds of people with fish out of thin air, and he turned water into wine for his boys. He's a very communist person. He's like the anti-capitalist, but we're one nation under God. And I'm thinking that when Beck said, the Satan and God, who's the good guy, who's the bad guy, I'm thinking our founding fathers were more Satanists. Capitalism is more Satan's speed. It's very, oh, go out and work hard, find knowledge, pay for that knowledge. Whereas that's not necessarily how Jesus rocked.
Wavius, I have to say this since Bushmaster isn't here. You're not using discernment.
Oh my God, Effie.
I don't think it's
What does it
necessarily
say
true
we're
about the
seeking
founding
this
fathers. I
country?
think religion was important to them, for sure. And they mention it. They created the system they created, and who gets the rights more than other entities, like, a state compared to the federal government. So it's like they just sort of made the framework of the system. But as far as the particulars of the laws, that's just up to the individual state or the federal government, what they decide, the kind of laws should be.
Well, actually, our founding fathers were not big on religion. That's why there's a very clarified separation of church and state. They literally left Europe, like when we came and colonized this country. They came here in the name of like leaving the religion and issues from the old country, if you will. They don't at the what?
I'll let you go. Sorry. You know what I was going to say.
Go ahead, just say it.
Okay, so you're talking about actually a big separation in time. People come into this country to separate themselves from religion, and the formation of the country, and the forming of the words that you use, separation in church and state, which it says nothing in that in any document that you can find.
Hold on.
No, it doesn't. It's an ideology that was pitched that's been held on to.
Okay, so the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, particularly the Establishment Clause, prohibits the government from establishing a religion or making laws respecting the establishment of religion.
Does that say separation of church and state?
Oh my God, Effie, if you play a fucking semantical bullshit game with me right now, I swear to God.
I told you knew what I would do. That's why I said don't make me do it.
But you're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
Yes, you are.
Bex, use your discernment.
The Free Exercise Clause protects individuals' rights to practice their religion freely without government interference. That's the opposite side of separation of church and state. And the Supreme Court has repeatedly cited Jefferson's metaphor of a wall of separation when interpreting the Establishment Clause. No, user, and I'll block you if you spam the chat. I don't trust you.
Definitely don't trust.
Oh, there you go. Live debunking with Bex.
That was a very good point.
You can't claim a win off that because I still haven't heard of that phrase, separation of church and state. That's what I'm waiting for.
Use your fucking discernment, Effie, for fuck. Jesus Christ. Can't stand some of y'all. Drive me fucking crazy.
You say that, but you love us.
Sometimes. Oh, this got quiet. Is it bedtime?
No, well, another thing with the prompt is that, like, when it's YT and BLK issues as far as, like, crime, then it's, like, big national news and people want to make an uproar. But when it's BLK and BOK, nobody seems to care and nobody seems to notice it as far as with national attention. So, like, you heard about this case with, Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf, the kids in Texas? Anyone heard about that?
Okay, now I'm gonna go back to being entertained.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, we've all heard about that. Okay.
Okay,
wait.
yeah, but the thing is, that stuff happens all the time with BLK and BLK, but nobody talks about that. Nobody mentions those times when that happens, when there's some, like, let's say, verbal dispute, and let's say someone pushed somebody, and then someone takes a sharp pew, and, uses it. But, like, when do we talk about it in the news? It happens all the time. But this case, now they talk about it, and then they want to defend him and say about self-defense. But meanwhile, with these other situations, they never bring up those cases or want to look into it. And all the victims that are part of these other cases all the time, around our country. So it's just the hypocrisy.
I think it's because society thinks that children are more important than adults, which I absolutely agree with.
No, but also let's just be honest. A lot of times BLK people are very tribalistic, and they'll defend other BLK people just because they're BLK.
We do the same
without
thing.
like looking at the facts.
We do the same thing in certain group subsets.
Not at the same scale. I mean, are there some people that every kind of person?
You just heard that
tribalistic
religious
people.
like bullshit right now, right?
Okay, but that's a different topic. We're talking. I'm trying to talk
but
about
it's
the
still
problem.
tribalistic.
Okay, but that's
And
a
they do
different.
that within
That's not
white
about
groups
BLK and white.
just as
White
much.
people.
Crazy. Like you can't sit there and say that people aren't tribalistic in general. Like we all are.
It depends. I mean, what is it tribalistic if you're trying to like defend your family just because it's family? I mean, I guess that's a form of it. Okay, but I'm talking about like a tribalism, with race.
Yeah, so you're talking about that family that might be a certain color of race, right?
No, because as far as I understand with this Metcalf case, I think at the most he gave him a push, correct? I don't know if any of you guys are really familiar with it.
Grabbed his shoulder, from what I read.
No, it said how he reached in his bag and reached for the pew-pew and then did it to him.
No, but Austin grabbed his shoulder, and that was like the first interaction of like him, other than yelling at him.
Did he give him a push?
No.
I mean, we don't know necessarily for sure the particulars.
No, we don't know because they haven't actually
More
given
info
all
supposed
the
to come out.
details.
But I, from what I understand, I think he gave him a push, if I'm not mistaken. And then he starts going in his bag and reaching. That doesn't sound like self-defense. You start going in. It sounds like he pushed you and you want to do a retaliatory because you're upset back at him.
It absolutely was not self-defense. He unalived
Right,
that.
but the thing is, BLK people are arguing that.
I know. I've seen the TikToks and they are insane.
Like self-defense is like really like you defending your life. Like it's a whole
Yes.
different situation. Like they were bringing up Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse had it that he had one guy take his own Rittenhouse's pew-pew and point it at his head. And then another guy, I think, had his own pew-pew and was pointing in at Rittenhouse. That's a different,
Actually, you should watch the video. It shows off much different if you ever actually watch the real video of it.
I was reading about it.
Running up on it with
I've literally been
I think the guy's
seeing-
name Rosenbaum that he grabbed
I've literally
his
been
pew-pew.
seeing people saying like, "Good for him
There's
for
two
unaliving that
individuals.
white kid." Like these people are absolutely fucking insane. I would never say that, no matter what race, creed, or sex you are. I would never say, like, good for the opposite person on unaliving this person. Like that's disgusting.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
And then the thing is, we were talking about other cases. So I said with Floyd, my opinion is, and I saw all the footage, is like a 30-minute footage with the body cam, is that the cops had the right to do what they did as far as putting force on him because he was, if you watch the whole footage, he was really like tussling with the cops and they couldn't put him in the car. He was giving a really hard time. But the
He
point
did
is
settle
that,
down though. He did settle down though.
yeah, that's
And
what I'm
he should
getting
have
to.
released the pressure because he
Yes,
didn't.
I was just about
unalive
to say that. No, I was saying, I was trying to say in this other live I was in with a bunch of BLK people that my opinion on Floyd is that there still should have been a punishment for Chauvin because at a certain point he did stop because of the force. So the force wasn't needed anymore. You use the force if it's needed with someone who you're trying to detain.
Yeah, I
But
would
once
say
you don't need it
manslaughter.
anymore, then you should stop. And he didn't stop, and that's where he was wrong.
I would say manslaughter, accidental manslaughter.
Yeah, something like that, right? Yeah, I mean,
Well, I
there's
don't
a
think it-
difference with premeditated and like the intentions.
Yeah, I don't think that he purposely tried to unalive that man. I think it was,
And this is the drawback to unions, Bex.
huh?
Police unions, they protect each other. This is why I got
Well,
off so
the
easy.
thing is, we can't just all go around
He got
assuming that
charged. What are you talking about? Like,
people, we can't all
no.
just go around assuming that people have like the worst things, right?
Look,
But I think it is a lesson in life to realize, like, be nice to everyone. Try not to get into fights with everyone. Because even if you think you're getting into a verbal fight because, you felt like you've been done wrong or you don't like what somebody did, you can't assume they're just going to do a verbal fight back at you. You don't know what they'll do. So it's just don't get into any fights. Don't get verbal fighting with anybody.
You Americans are crazy. Like, we don't pull out pew-pews in a freaking fight. Like, what?
Where are you from?
Canada.
Oh, come on.
What? We don't?
I know you're all supposed to be so nice or whatever, but you don't
We
have your own,
are.
you don't have your own problems?
Not like that.
Oh, come on. I mean, in London,
things
in
should
England,
be
it's an
handled
issue
more
with
hand in hand.
Congratulations on that liberal ass election.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're very liberal over here.
Yep. The next 51st
Love to
state
see
is
it.
about to
Elbows up.
occur.
No.
They
She
they
could be
literally
my
said
51st
that,
date.
said that Trump himself lost Pierre that election. I love to see it.
No, but Pierre lost his seat too. That was the other crazy thing. So he's really just like, he's done.
Because he was modeling himself after Trump, and they watched what Trump did in the first 100 days and said, "No fucking way, bitch."
And he had his own seat since 2004. Yeah, because like the way it works with Canada, it's sort of like, well, they call it the House of Commons. It's like the British, but it's basically like the House of Representatives. And then whoever is the leader becomes the prime minister. That's sort of like how we have the Speaker of the House. But I think they have a Speaker of the House as well.
Trudeau is gone. Thank fucking God.
I know. The thing is, if Trudeau was around and then they had their eventual election, who knows if it would have been a different result. But the thing is, your country's like extremely liberal, so I don't know if a conservative can, like that they get majority of the seats.
Right. I mean, I love it here. I love it here. I love being in a peaceful country.
I mean, with the U.S., it depends where you are.
I don't have to walk down the street and worry
definitely
about somebody.
do love hearing
Bestie, I'm
that.
literally in the middle of a sentence.
The siren, that's not the whole America.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I literally don't have to walk. I don't have to worry about a pew pew being pulled on me when I'm walking anywhere.
Yeah, but those are BLK neighborhoods. See, the thing is, I was in another debate, and then there was a guy who was saying he's from Harlem, New York, and he was saying if you grow up and live in Harlem, then a lot of times those guys who are in those neighborhoods have a sharp pew pew or something on them just because stuff goes down there. But
Yeah, we
me,
don't. Yeah,
but
not-
me,
no.
I've been in like cities and stuff. I'm not someone who's rural or suburban, but the areas I live have been safe, and I've never walked around with any kind of pew pew myself because I haven't felt I needed it, and I've been fine.
Yeah, we don't really have that here because
That's up north, huh?
if you get caught with a gun, you get in big trouble here.
Pew pew. They say pew pew.
Oh God, yeah, sorry, pew pew. You get in a lot of trouble.
Wait, so Mike, you from up north?
Where?
So you're from up north?
What do you mean up north?
Like Northern
No,
America?
Siren's from Canada. Mike's American.
Yeah,
I live in
I'm
the
asking Mike.
Northeast.
So you're from like northern part of America?
Yeah, I'm northeast.
Oh, okay. It makes sense.
But a lot of times BLK people with the neighborhoods they're in, they feel like growing up that they need to have something on them because of the kind of people they're dealing with. Whereas white tea people, a lot of times, you live where you live and there's no issues and you don't need something on you, walking the streets.
That is true.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna fix that. I really don't. I don't have any answers.
It's your job to fix it. Goddamn. It's your country.
Yeah, but there's that
It's
argument.
not
A lot
their
of BLK
country 'cause
people
they're
will say
peasants. It's
poverty.
the-
There's
the
other
high
people with
elites.
poverty and they don't do what they do. So it's a culture.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, it is. There's other people. The thing is in America, you get a lot of people who come here, like let's say Asians and other groups, and even Spanish. They don't speak a lick of English, yet they come here, they figure it out, they do a job, they work hard, and they try to make a success for their life and their family. Whereas BLK people have an advantage that they're born here, know how to speak English, and a lot of times, just doing dumb stuff and not making a success out of their life. Meanwhile, people from other countries are making themselves a success in America.
Because they wanted to come here. They chose to come to America. Like towards
I think that's part
the
of
end.
it, right?
We didn't choose to come here. We were forced to be here. And then over time, we just got used to being here.
So
Really?
Y'all
Actually, a lot of-
expedited
a lot
us
of you
back,
actually-
when
A lot
y'all
of you
set us
actually
free.
choose to be
They
there.
can't
A
do
lot of
that.
you
They'd
guys-
lose a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true too. You would lose a lot of money.
And their music and shit, sports, oh, fuck no. It'd be hell here.
Well, our music is rigged because y'all run our music and entertainment. So
That's what I'm saying. They can't export us anywhere. They make too much money off of the people here. That wouldn't even make sense. They'd lose a good portion of the workforce.
I'm not saying that they export us. Now I'm just saying when they set us free, they didn't expedite us. So I mean,
You guys do realize that in America and Canada, it's a multitude of different cultures that give into the country, right? It's not just a certain race.
Hell no, but there's everything that a certain race brings to the country that it'd suck if it was lost.
Right.
I think y'all do just fine.
There might be a psychological thing where for men who don't have a father figure around, they tend to, have problems with the law and stuff. And I think they did a study where, like, if you look at most people in prison, most of them tend that they didn't have like a father. So I don't know, psychological, reasonings behind
That's true.
There might be something to it.
That is true.
So that's important.
I think everybody will unite once they realize that they're peasants.
People don't want to.
Facts. Okay, King Mars. Facts.
Yeah, because the crazy shit, right? They never freed slaves. They just allowed them to work with their peasants.
Exactly.
So it's about class nowadays. It's not even about race. Crazy shit.
Okay, King Mars. The
You just
class
have to let
struggle
that
is
be known. Yeah.
colorblind, my friend.
So
Appreciate
the
it.
guys below me, you're BLK, both of you?
I am, yeah.
Do you feel like with other people who happen to be, BLK like you, that like, oh, it's your brother or like it's a community, even though they're like a stranger, they're not your friends, they're not your family?
Yeah.
Oh, you do. See, for me, I don't feel like that with other YT people.
Neither do I.
I mean, it's
I
just
think
some
you're
other
a shitty
stranger.
person,
I don't
shitty
care if they're
person.
similar skin pigment than me. It's not someone I know. It's not a relative. So
Yeah, no.
For us, it's a
I
little
know,
different.
because y'all got trust issues with each other, though, because y'all know there's a couple bad berries out there.
No, the thing is, there's bad
It's
berries
also we're like
everywhere.
all in like mixed so differently. Like we all come from different spaces from Europe, essentially, right? And they're not the same.
True.
Yeah, but my thing is,
if you really want to
there's
be
bad eggs in
Yeah.
every human being, no matter which race you are.
No, but also if you want to be really technical, a lot of BLK people, they have a percentage of YT European ancestry. That's the whole irony of the whole thing. If you did like a DNA test, there's been like celebrities that are BLK celebrities and they do a DNA test. And then a lot of times they were taught when they were younger that they have some form of Native American ancestry, or they hope they do. And then when they do these DNA tests, it's like on PBS, they're like, no, you have 0% Native American ancestry, but you do have 17% YT European ancestry. And when they hear that, they're like, damn, I wanted the Native American. I didn't want the YT. So, I mean, it's like, it's all subjective. We see how people look and like their hue or their pigment and say what they are. And, we do these labels, but it's more complicated. And you get some YT people that if you go in their history, they have some, African ancestry. And technically the first human beings were in Africa.
Yes, we're all descendants from Africa.
Because you look at the map, Pangea, and it's sort of like a jigsaw puzzle. You could like connect other countries into, Africa.
Getting into that, guys. We all come from the same. We all come from the same ancient ancestors in Africa. That is true. We're all really just distant cousins who hate each other.
What happened was we migrated to different areas of Earth, and we adapted to our climate.
Mm-hmm.
Like the people that stayed in Africa kept their dark skin because they're very close to the sun. People that went and lived in the colder areas didn't need to be as pigmented.
Right. So it's like the first humans were darker
Yes.
because of where they were.
Yes.
Feels like evolution is real.
Right.
That seems logical.
I don't know. I think y'all are
What about the Skyman?
I think y'all are manufactured. I don't know about all that.
There's literally DNA
Y'all are
testing.
made.
In a lab.
But African descended people don't have 2% Neanderthal DNA. How do you explain that?
Actually, they do.
We don't. Look it up.
that's
There was
actually
recent
false.
testing.
though.
There was recent testing that shows that you guys do.
We don't. That is
This is
not.
literally on
Yes, you
Google. I
do.
looked this up
Scientific
like
We do
a
if we have
couple lives
European
ago, bro.
DNA, but
We
if
all
we don't,
have Neanderthal DNA in it.
We
as
do
well.
not.
no.
Yes, we do.
We
The
do
closest
not.
black person that was like Neanderthal, like was the Cheddar Man in Europe.
We all have some.
We
They were
do
darker
not.
Neanderthal-like people.
Yes, we do.
I'm telling you, look it up on. You can literally
Because
just.
Neanderthals had
I
to
read
get
the
after
article.
rape Homo sapiens to upgrade their DNA.
No, I literally read the article. It's a scientific article.
Okay,
Other
bro.
groups that
I'm about to
existed
pull it up
during that
right
time.
now.
They were on the same level as Neanderthals.
Everything else I could agree with, but that was cap, guys. I'm not gonna hold you.
Oh,
Not
Mateo.
everybody has that.
Mateo, when you say 0.3, do you mean like YT European ancestry? Is that what
There
you're
are
talking about?
people on this planet, or they're in the same form and same stage. Like, especially in the islands of like the Philippines, where they had different sizes of people that were like literal hobbit sizes.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes,
I
that's
was
crazy.
about that the other day.
Yeah, so
Oh my
African
god,
people
can
have
we stop with the
0.3% on
fucking tails
average.
thing?
Neanderthal
Oh yeah, I
DNA.
heard about that.
Mastodon, you do know that there's black babies that have been born with tails, Chinese babies that have been born
That's
with
like a
tails.
human condition, yeah.
That's like a B1 ideology. Get the fuck out of here. That's
Like a
insane.
literal tail, like
Yes,
monkey?
yes, they're born with
Where
an
did I hear
elongated
recently about
spine.
someone with a tail?
Yeah, shit. I wouldn't mind having one.
Evolved to tails.
Yes, it's a fucking deformity. It's not a white
Yeah.
person thing. It happens to all races. Like,
It's
stop.
not a
Just like there's other
deformity.
human
It's because
deformities or defects, whatever you want to call
there's.
it.
Never mind. I'm not gonna get into that.
Yeah, please don't, because it's bullshit. It literally is a deformity, and every race has had a situation.
There's some people who are
Like
born
having
with
6
webbed
fingers.
feet. Like I don't think those are deformities. I think they just have other shit in their DNA.
Well, they would call it a deformity because it's not the norm, right?
Well, if you got webbed
sometimes
feet,
those always come out
hands
right.
and shit, that's not. I don't even look at that as a deformity. That's like a. What is you related
Swim
to?
good. Head ass.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's when you be like swimming.
And I start
You better
thinking
be
about
doing
the
every
Bible and shit, but I'm not
swimming
even gonna talk about all that. That's not
Okay,
crazy.
so I looked it
Well, we
up.
say
I
that 'cause
did
we're
look
trying
it
to
up.
say it's
I
like
did.
another
I
kind of
did look
person.
it up. I did look it up. I looked it up. There are fewer than 40 cases in history of babies being born with tails.
Thank you.
That's very low.
What do they have, like the most recent one?
People have 0.3% Neanderthal DNA on average.
Yes, thank you.
0.3% is not zero, fellas.
Exactly.
Oh, that's where the 0.3 comes from.
It is a
Because that's another B1 argument that we come from Neanderthals and you guys don't. That's a lie. Yes, you do. We all have Neanderthal DNA.
We are all cousins.
I'm not a Neanderthal. LOL.
Neither am I, but we are descendants of them.
No, I'm not.
More Neanderthal
Yes, you
DNA
are.
than the average African.
No.
because you're African American.
I really doubt it.
My teeth are shovel shaped. I don't have canines like other humans out here.
Who the fuck has
don't have
canines?
that
You don't have canines?
The dentology or whatever the fuck, or dental morphology of shovel-shaped teeth doesn't apply to your canines.
Yeah, boys, please don't be ignorant and just go fucking Google it and look it up for yourself because you do have Neanderthal DNA.
Hey, Mars, are you an
Yeah, but
original?
I'm getting told that. Yeah,
Hey,
but
hey,
it's a
hey,
Neanderthal
Mars.
telling me that I have Neanderthal DNA.
Mars,
Because
are
you
you
do.
How crazy that sounds.
hold on, are you an original
One
American?
of us. One of
Original American, dude. I'm from Jamaica. I came here when I was 12.
And you still have Neanderthal DNA.
I do not.
Yes, you do. I
They're
promise.
saying we have 3% and they have 4%. I just feel like y'all just trying to put the narrative on us.
Go
Because
and
this
look it
wasn't
up.
always the case. Like,
Just go
You're trying to
look it
spread
up.
like racial supremacist pseudoscience.
then why was it different 2
Brawley.
years ago?
Do you think Brawley
Was it?
has some Neanderthal in him?
Hey, how y'all doing, everybody?
I think he's talking about cartoons.
Like the character?
No, I'm
Most
talking
definitely.
about his character name.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He's a pure ape.
He's a low class thing.
LOL, ape is crazy, nigga.
But to make it clear, nobody from Africa ancestry have that DNA. Just to let you know.
They have
I can
have
barely
zero.
hear you. The background's really loud.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm at work.
Oh, okay.
The facts are they have 0.3% on average. That's the facts, but
Mm-hmm.
And I bet you a descendant of a Neanderthal wrote that shit too.
probably not.
I think they had written language back then.
No.
If you're a Neanderthal.
What the fuck? I said
communicate.
descendant.
But they do have DNA, right?
Yeah.
Scientific proof.
A Neanderthal had DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, every living organism has like these niggas, man.
Including a Neanderthal.
Yeah, no, you know.
Just go and do your research and quit being ignorant.
Okay.
I don't do that shit. I just don't like trying to be. I don't like people trying to recruit me into some weird shit.
It's not
like, nah.
recruiting you. It's not
I don't do
recruiting
that.
you.
Neanderthal army.
You want to
like
join a
recruitment,
group of
says
random
not
people
gonna-
you talk to tonight?
If anything, we're deconverting you from like the fucking real.
They're trying to convert us into
cult that you're in.
stick-throwing rock chunkers.
Yep. How dare you?
How dare you?
People that had roofs over their heads. Fuck
And
you.
guess what? Somewhere down the line, you
I
had
do.
family like that.
No,
did.
my family were
Homo sapiens have been alive for
in their
a long
TPS.
time. Motherfuckers have plenty of time to develop.
It's a
Yes,
simple
but
life.
you still have a lineage, right? You go all the
Yes.
way back there. That's how you're here today.
My people were the first people on this continent.
Our people.
The fuck they weren't.
No.
On this continent? Are you talking about North America?
Well,
South
worldwide,
America,
they
like
Native
were
Americans.
exist.
No. I'm black and Native American, bro.
You're a Wabo.
Okay, so what part? Both parts or one part?
Of what?
You guys were
I'm
one.
talking about the world, dude. Yes, in the beginning, the world was populated of black people. There was nothing else.
No,
White
he
people
said
didn't
on
evolve
this
to the last
continent.
40,000 years. So for 260,000 years, black people were walking on Earth by themselves.
But you know that we weren't people,
much.
right? We literally looked like Neanderthals back then.
Dude, you look like how you think you look right now.
Like
No, we did not.
But the first white man, like he said, didn't appear like
till 40,000 years
4,000 years.
Or the
That's not true. We
Nobody's
evolved.
seen you
You know how
before.
long evolution takes? It takes a
Okay,
long
let me
time.
look this up.
Yeah, you guys, white people did evolve within the last 40,000 years. Out of the 300,000 years that
Might be
Homo
more than
sapiens
that,
have been
but yeah.
alive. That's fact. You can go
you
search
think
that
that
up.
which is when we
Is it 40,000 though?
You.
Yes,
is what you're
40,000
saying.
years. That's when the lighter
No, they
skin
didn't.
tones
They didn't
started.
look
It's not
like
more
you.
than that?
Because we
I'm
split
going to tell you
off
right now, they
from
didn't look like
Africa.
you. They didn't look like anybody.
Did we start a
walking
million
today.
years ago?
Like we all still came from the same place. Some of us just moved to other
Nobody
parts of
was
the world.
walking then look like us fucking now. Nobody on this planet.
No, absolutely not. We looked like we were half ape.
I don't know about that.
Early on.
Just like,
Yeah, the ape's still here. We're not fucking
You
apes.
guys can't be this ignorant.
but
No,
it's
we're
lit- I'm
connected
literally
to the-
looking at
was it the
Google. It says
bonobos?
that y'all didn't
Bonobos?
appear until 40,000 years later.
And
If this
ask
is
some of-
according to
Yes,
Wikipedia.
because
You know how I know that you're
Broly,
bullshitting?
Cro-Magnon man?
I already
Broly.
Googled
According
it,
to
and
Wikipedia.
it's nowhere
Broly,
near.
Okay, great source,
evolution
bro.
takes a long
Read it
time.
on Reddit.
It takes a long time.
Why'd it get so quiet?
I don't know.
Because I'm just saying evolution takes a long time.
Yeah,
It
I
took
know.
a
That's,
while for white people to show up. Yes, because evolution takes a long time.
The next
Yeah.
stage, bruh.
I hear you, but I'm trying to say that was literally within the last 40,000 years, though, compared to our entire 300,000 years of existence.
Yes, because we all lived on one
Oh,
continent. which is
300,000,
very
not a
close to the
million?
sun.
For Homo sapiens, there were 11 other
Stages.
hominid species, I guess,
Yes.
but like we're the ones who made it, so
About earlier.
got the best
You know how we made
survivability
it?
and
You know how we made it?
adaptability.
You know how we made it? We made it
We
by
got the best adaptability to every climate.
Survival
No,
of the
we
fittest.
We're running
intermingled.
shit.
We intermingled with different species. That's how. That's
Every
how
people
we're
was
here.
in the colder region.
No, those were the same people doing stuff to sheep. The
You're
people who were
adapted to
laying
the
down with those
Africans.
other ape-like
They're,
people were the ones who laid
What?
with sheep.
You couldn't live in
We
your
weren't
age,
herding
North
Why do
sheep
you have
back
to like
then.
devolve
We were
the,
walking
the
around
convo
like
to
fucking
them?
apes.
Like,
What do
come
you
on now.
mean?
I'd be like
How do you
me saying
explain-
like, and you
how do
guys still
you-
live in mud huts. Why the fuck do you have to say something like that?
Grass, actually.
The only
What happened with a
the only
mud hut?
people that
Who
are trying
said-
to still
what
hustle
about
life
mud
is
huts?
you.
Yeah, I was making the sheep to your sheep reference. I retorted with that. Don't be dumb.
Oh,
I'll try not to.
fuck a mud hut. LOL. There are multiple
Like,
other
here's the
civilizations
difference.
before
Here's
that
the
bullshit.
difference. Here's the difference between
There's
you and
structures
me.
all over
It
the
wasn't
world
you.
that people can't even explain how they were built.
Here's
I
the
wanna hear
difference
It's not
between
your
Mars.
people either.
I don't
Yeah,
actually
it
care that I
was, 'cause
share
we were here for
ancestors with you,
260,000
but you
years.
No, it
can't
wasn't.
share them with
Y'all
me.
did more shit than us in 2,000
Correlation
years.
does not make
It's crazy.
causation. Just because you can try
Crazy.
to correlate it does not make it true.
How do you explain? How do you
Talking about
explain
mud
the
huts like
giants?
motherfuckers wasn't in the cave. What are you talking about? That don't even make sense. I'd rather
The
be in a mud
ginger
hut
white
than in a
man
cave.
that's
You're
10
tweaking.
feet tall.
Look at that.
Motherfuckers had
Got you.
lice and
What
fucking
but we're
mites
also in the
and
caves as
fleas
well.
and
Got
shit.
you.
And it's all
Found the
crazy
weak
to me.
point. You try to
Crazy.
talk shit and somebody
You came from the caves
and
too.
each
No,
same
the fuck
energy
I
and
come
you just
from.
go
Nigga, I'm not none of you.
spiral.
Your ass tried to call me a
come from
Neanderthal.
Africa.
Boy, that's you.
Yes,
You
we
trying to
all have
African
better
Neanderthal.
get your ass on?
We all have Neanderthal
Africa,
DNA in us.
Wabo. You're
Hell
not,
no.
You're not
We were all
American.
living in caves at some
You
point.
are an
Hey
African.
Mars.
That was
Hey,
you.
just
Why
so
the
you
fuck
know,
would I go
that
in a
name
cave in
you got
Africa?
right
It's
there,
hot
King
as
Mars,
fuck. Why
is
would I
from a
go in a
white
cave?
dude.
That doesn't
Enjoy
even make
that
sense.
white man's
It's hot
name
as
that you
all
walk
hell in
around
Africa,
with.
and I'm supposed to be in a cave. Nobody was in a fucking
Just to
cave.
let you know,
Yes, we were.
King
You
Mars,
You had to hide in
King
the cave for
Mars,
shelter because it
that's
was
from
cold
a white
outside.
person.
No, not true.
What the fuck is you talking about?
That's from a white
Still an
person. Just
African,
hope fuck you know that?
Still an African.
Fuck, that shit don't make no sense to me.
It makes
It
perfect
sounds
sense.
like you're racist.
You're
dude
literally
run around like,
slurring any
"Oh, I'm
syllable
super
for
black.
Man,
it.
So
shut
I'm
that
gonna use
bullshit up. I don't like
a
nothing
white
that burn
god's
in the
name."
sunlight.
Not the
Why the
life of a
fuck
hermit.
are you burning in the same light that grows all
Why
the
are you
plants and
That's a
dying?
trees? That
white
shit don't even
god's
make sense
name.
to
Why are
me.
you
Mars.
Because you're
dying of
stupid.
vitamin
What's
That's
D?
why.
Mars from?
Hey, what?
You're
Hold on.
stupid.
Let me ask you this.
Fucking Roman shit.
Let
Man,
me ask you this.
Jesus
shut your dumb
Christ.
ass up.
Hold on,
Aries.
Effie, let me
Shut
ask you
up.
this.
Shut
The
up.
god of
Why
I
are
don't
you
want to hear
war.
dying of a
shit. I
fucking
don't want to hear
Fake.
vitamin
shit your ass
D
got to say. Y'all just be
deficiency?
making shit up.
Look at how
Why are you
angry
dying
you're
of
They'll
getting.
a
Then
literally
you
vitamin
go
just
D
make
fact
shit
check
up. They
me.
be
No,
pulling
it's
shit out
not.
their ass.
vitamin D in your
Mars is
diet.
fucking Aries.
They
Greek
just be
and Roman,
they
you
just be making shit
dumbass.
up, bro. Listen how the devil talk. The devil will make
Nobody's
shit up to
making
try to
anything up.
convince you and hope
Yeah.
you stupid enough to
Whenever,
fall
whenever,
for it.
whenever
I'll be
people
damned.
read above a fifth
Boy,
grade
don't
level and
talk to
start
me.
speaking those big old
Nobody
fancy words, it
listening to
must be
you.
the devil. Must be the evil devil.
Your ass burning holy
I don't
light. The
understand
sun is
words
holy
good, so
light,
it must be the
fool.
devil.
You burning that shit. You
I
You
not
know
a
don't,
what,
I
fucking
don't
King?
know,
human.
I don't
I
know
bet
English
King Mars
good.
also
pretty
has
hot.
like some Naruto name
I can't
too.
speak English good, so it's the devil.
Right. Okay.
The
Well,
fuck?
when you guys are ready to mature, go and do your
Doesn't
own
sound cool.
research.
How do you explain the 10-foot tall ginger
I can
man?
explain everything.
Tell me that the Marines killed in Iraq. Explain that one.
Where's the proof
This
of that?
Who's
explanation. Stop watching
Kandahar?
Look it up.
war.
He's talking about Kandahar.
Since
You know
you keep
Kandahar.
talking about research, you're
Stop
talking
watching
about
Alex Jones.
research.
Are,
Go
are,
look it
are
up.
you talking about Kandahar when that group had the like fire
Is that why
at
I'm
the
so
face?
tall?
Are you
Gingers
talking
are
about
tall as shit.
you talking about that fucking
That is true. I know a
internet
couple
copy
tall
He's
pasta?
talking about the giants of Kandahar, I believe.
Yeah, that weird online myth that's not true.
Shit, nobody can prove or
But
deny.
they have bones of
No, they
You
don't.
can't
giant
prove that
Homo
it's true. You
sapiens.
can't prove
Don't
that
worry,
it's
King
false.
Mars knows his
Where
Nobody
are
was
name
they?
there.
reference, and he
So they
definitely
have bones.
understands that he read it on Wikipedia, so it's true.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they
you
have
can't believe
bones
everything
Well,
you
of
you
read on the
probably saw it on
internet.
Stop
Infowars.
giant
assuming
Homo
shit about me
sapiens.
you
So
don't
it's
know
not
me,
true.
boy. Watch your fucking
He went down a
place.
YouTube rabbit hole. Now he knows it's true,
Stay in
bro.
your damn lane. Don't
How
speak
about you
on
just go do
Hey,
some
Shorty,
research? Be smart.
calm down.
LOL. Motherfuckers is funny.
Who the actual fuck says LOL out loud?
I
I don't
did.
think I've heard
The
that in
fuck you
like the
gonna do
last
about it?
15
I did.
years.
What you gonna do about it? Okay
Bex,
then.
that's like our old
Okay
school
then.
era
Literacy
shit.
Okay
level.
then. Okay then. Do
Make
something
fun
about
of
it
your
if you
lack
don't
of
like it.
literacy. We are. We're gonna make fun of your lack of
Pussy.
literacy.
I am. I'm making fun of you.
Do something about it.
We are
What's
doing
the chip
something.
on
Do
your
I am.
shoulder?
I'm making
do
fun of
something
you.
that has
It's pretty
substance.
easy. It
Because
doesn't have
they
to be
found Homo
physical.
Why the fuck
sapiens
would I
were
listen
Unless
to
modern day
unless
you?
your
Morocco.
butt hurt right
LOL.
now.
You're
Not
like
¿Esto cómo es posible? Sad face. Oh my god, ya ves como no siempre gana Happy Face. Pink. Oh my god. Awesome. Levanta esos labios. Chicos, agarren la monedita del cobre. Sabéis. Dios.